Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 5 of Gears of Revolution. Thank you all for joining us tonight for yet another, hopefully exciting adventure as we join our curious constables in figuring out what's going to happen next. Before we get started, just a reminder, I'm Richard, I'm your Game Master for the day. We also are joined by Fitz, who is playing Emmanuel, Lauren, who is playing Vincent, Lane, who is playing Alexias, Kristen, who's playing you, and Kim, who's playing Dahlia. AJ will not be joining us tonight, but we wish them the very best of luck on their vacation to get some nice, quiet relaxation time. Some quick announcements before we get started. Check out our website if you're looking to book any GMs. We recently revamped the website. It should be easier to find games to book. Systems of all sorts. We also have Drinking and Dragons events throughout the city. Plus, all that information is on our website. In addition, you can find us at C2E2 on April 26th to the 28th. We'll be on the shore floor running walk-up games, on the 5th floor running D&D and other longer sessions, including a weekend-long story arc, which I'm very, very excited to hear about. And you can also catch our panels and actual play programming in the yard. I think our panels include DMing for Dummies, Character Sheets 101, Alternative TTRPGs, and representation of marginalized voices in tabletop role-playing gaming. It's going to be a really, really fun weekend. I will be there at least one day. I hope to see you there. And with that, we'll kick things off with a quick recap. When we were last here, the group had sort of cleaned up after a little bit of fight with some bandits and tried to piece together who was at fault, who the good guys were, the bad guys were, and they quickly came to realize there weren't really any good guys, but there were definitely two sets of bad guys. There was some discussion about how to deal with the bad guys that the group had captured, and there was a little bit of slight tension as Emmanuel was very resistant to turning them back over to the bandits for the crime of kidnapping one of the bandits' leaders' girlfriend, wife. However, a deal was reached. Young Hatsburg Higgins III was left behind in the bandit camp to keep an eye on the two captured prisoners as the group headed back to the constabulary to do some more research. They requested some more information that should be available to them in the morning, and then they headed off on separate ways. As they headed off, though, Dahlia was approached by a former acquaintance of hers that she had some sort of connection with in the past, who let her know that the boss man wanted to see her and the rest of the constables that night, and because he had information on where the doctor was. So Dahlia quickly gathered up the rest of the constables, waking them all up. I think everyone was still out on the streets, besides Emmanuel, who had sprinted off towards his little flop house and was already beginning to sleep. Grabbed them all, got in a carriage, made their way towards the Theatre of Scoundrels, or Layman's Theatre as it was known. Getting close to Layman's Theatre, they saw there were a lot of people watching them through the windows. This wasn't a stealth mission by any sort. They were clocked almost as soon as they got into the neighborhood. People were keeping an eye on them. Then everyone heard the sound of a woman screaming for help as her baby had been kidnapped. Everyone besides Emmanuel very, very quickly realized it wasn't a real baby, and it was definitely a trap. Emmanuel, however, being who he is, sprinted forward, rushed after the kidnapper into the back of a building which was filled with racks of clothing and storage boxes that they would soon come to find out was the backstage of a theater. As he rushed out onto stage and was met with close to 24 crossbows and guns pointed at him. The rest of the group decided not to chase after, trusting that Alexias, who had chased after Emmanuel, would be able to corner the half-orc, the fork, before he would be able to do something stupid, but unfortunately he wasn't. Alexias, however, was able to hide and make sure he stayed hidden. but the rest of them went up to the theater and we eventually joined Emmanuel in the booth where they found Lorcan Cal, the Duke of Slaughter, and the leader of Flint's most notorious, violent, and deadly thieves guild. It was clear from there, as soon as they met him, that this is a man of supreme competence. He just oozed cockiness in a very, very uncharming way. He's just the kind of person that you just, as soon as you lay eyes on him, you just hate him. And his actions and his words since then only prove those initial feelings right. The last words he said were, before we ended the session, were, well, let's talk business, shall we? And it gives you all a big shit-eating grin, and he pours some wine for himself that is from that bottle of a very, very expensive wine that doesn't taste good. It's just more for the image than anything else. And he takes a good sip. So, constables, I regret that I do not have the pleasure of knowing all of your names. I, of course, know this gentleman's name. He points to Emmanuel Goodfellow, who is currently chowing down on a bit of a loaf, and I believe I am somewhat familiar with Miss Dahlia Deepstone. But I do not believe I've had the pleasure of acquaintance of any of the rest of you. He looks towards Sanai first, and Sanai just says, I'm Sanai. And she just kind of like very slowly inches her way to the back of the group. He looks over to...
Goodfellow will step in front of Sanai.
He looks over to the Blue Goblin.
I'm Vincent Advent of Raymore. Nice to meet you.
Advent of Raymore. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And you looks over to our fog.
I'm Lou, and I reach out my hand to see if he'll maybe take my hand.
He does not take your hand. Just kind of like stares at it, drinks it, leans back in his chair a little bit. There's only one chair up here. He leans back in his chair a little bit, crosses his legs, and as he does, you can see he's wearing like one of those very, very long coats. And he has like these series of knives just tucked in to the coat on both ends of his coat. And at his hip, he's got this very, very long machete that he has at his side as well. So, business, shall we? I understand that you're here to find the doctor. Word has come to me that this is a person of interest for you. The good news is, I have him. The better news is, you're not the only one looking for him. And so the price has considerably gone up.
And can you give us a ballpark idea of what the price is?
A favor.
Yeah. Not surprising.
And don't worry, it's nothing illegal or untoward. In fact, I simply wish for you to act within the bounds of your new jobs. One of my men has, how shall we say, had discussions with another rival business enterprise. And in those discussions, he discovered that there's going to be some smuggling of weapons happening 2 nights from now. I would be happy to provide you the details, and all I wish for you to do is stop those weapons from arriving in Flint.
What rival of yours is smuggling in these weapons?
Doesn't matter. It's going to be unknown sooner rather than later. I'll buy out his business or whatever else it takes.
If it doesn't matter, then certainly you could offer us this pittance to sweeten the deal. You are a expert businessman yourself.
Don't know. I think Silvo was the name of the man.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I can provide you the location of his family wharf, if you would like.
Oh. Okay.
That's
Yeah. He'll snap his fingers, and a man comes up and hands him a piece of paper, and he just hand it over to you. He'll hold it out for someone to take.
I'll take it.
Yeah, Dahlia will take it. It's just like folded up piece of paper. It's just the location of the Silver Family Wharf, which is in Pine Island. Has the cross streets and everything that you need to know to find it.
All right.
Sir, my apologies for stepping out of bounds as it may be. As my colleague here said, you do seem to be a very smart businessman. But just so the terms of our agreement are in place, we do this for you, and you tell us where that doctor is?
I believe he will hand over the doctor as he is already within his possession. Am I incorrect,
I will take
sir?
you to the doctor. I have him stashed away someplace safe. What will happen is, as soon as one of my contacts within one of the police departments here at Flint sends word that the smugglers have been arrested, apprehended, killed, whatever you choose to do with them, makes no difference to me. You will send word to me, and I will send someone to you to take you to the doctor.
If you all will allow me, Emmanuel says, looking to the rest of his party, how much time would we have to discuss this? Obviously, we are not of a singular mind. We would need to have some exchanges of our own in privacy before we can accept such a generous offer.
Well, I was planning on presenting you with a comedy show tonight. We can watch that together, perhaps have a little discussion afterwards, and we'll see where we go from there. How does that sound, Emmanuel?
Is it juggling?
No. It's comedy.
I like juggling.
Well,
See,
I love
just-
comedy.
Comedy, good. I do love comedy as well. Farce is my favorite type of theater. And he just kind of leans over the railing, and he sort of like gives a quick clap. And as soon as someone's head turn around, yes, start the show. The man stands up, he goes like backstage. You hear some sounds backstage of some people talking, basically violating every single theater etiquette known to man. People talking backstage. Then someone is just stumbles roughly on stage as if they were shoved. It looks to be just a very common like docker, like a factory worker, or someone who works like a fisherman, or someone very plain clothes, brown shirt, brown pants, like sandy blonde hair. He looks kind of drunk at this point. He looks up confused as you see all of these lights shining down on him. And then from the other side of the stage, you see this woman who's dressed in sort of like stereotypical flowing red dress, like a seductress, kind of walks up to him, and she makes a big show of picking his pocket. And you can see the crowd in front of him, just start laughing and jeering at the guy. There's a few like cabbages and tomatoes that just pulled out and thrown at the guy, who looks absolutely confused. You can see him just starting to say, wait, what's, yes.
You said it's a docker. Is this anybody that I might know?
No.
Okay,
No.
cool. Thank you.
He's staggering around a little bit drunkly. It's like, wait, what's going on? And you see the woman just start to very casually, very obviously begin to flirt with him. Then on the other side of the stage, you see another man enter, like two of his buddies behind. And they're like, hey, flirting with my girl. And the woman just says, no, Dahlia, he wouldn't be. And the drunken man's just like, wait, what's happening? And you see Dahlia immediately push past the woman and then just cold clocks him, slugs him right in the gut. The man doubles over in pain. And then the other two guys come around behind him and just start wailing on him, beating him until the last man just falls to the ground. You could hear the sounds of boots hitting him in the ribs. Fist up against his side of his head, his jaw, his back. And eventually they kind of like stop. And say, you see the audience is kind of laughing uproariously at all of this. And eventually the seductress and those three boots just kind of come up, take a bow. I'm going to give it a standing ovation. Cal himself just seems less interested in the comedy that's happening in front of him and more interested in gauging all of your reactions to it. And even she just says, quite a show, wasn't it?
Yes, is that a regular crew you got performing? Or you have visiting troops or anything?
No, just your visiting people come by every day. You know, actors, they're always in debt. They gotta pay it off somehow.
Is that what the Doc one there has had done to earn his star role? Forgot to pay off a debt?
No, he's probably just someone that wanted to be an actor, and here he is. You could tell just by his shitting grin, it's not even a good lie. He doesn't care if that's not a good lie.
Right.
I would like to just clarify. I assume these performances happen often here.
Every now and then, sometimes you want a tragedy.
Do all the guest performers walk away?
I mean, sometimes if the performance is good enough, we carry them out. Anyways, Emmanuel, I believe you all wanted to have a little bit of a conversation, was it? Feel free. There's an empty box right around the corner over there. Have your conversation, and I look forward to hearing your answer. It's late.
Yeah.
Don't take too long, otherwise I might have to call for a tragedy as well. And he kind of gives you a quick toast with his wine glass.
Right.
I put down my baby loaf at this point. I'm not hungry now.
Oh. So, out of curiosity, Alexias, you're backstage when this all goes down, hiding racks and costume clothing racks. You did see the man kind of get pulled in from off the street. You don't know. He was pulled in from someone off the street. Was shoved on stage, and they've dragged him off backstage as well. And they just kind of throw him out into the alleyway, shut the door.
So there are 3 of them back here with me?
There's 3 boots and one of those seductresses, like the woman who was playing the seductress.
Right. Okay, cool. So four folks total. Yeah, for right now, I'm just gonna really focus on staying hidden.
Okay.
is the plan for right now.
I
I'll let you know if
wanted to
something
check.
comes. But,
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think that I kind of have to see a little bit more about how this plays out. I have an idea, but I don't think it's the right moment to implement it. So I will remain hidden at this time.
Alright, so the 5 of you that are up in the box that look into, you'll have someone lead you out into a little private booth so you can have a little conversation. Sanai just looks scared shitless at this point. Eyes are wide, she's just staying in the back.
I'm not gonna lie, I threw up in my mouth a little.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't expect. I'm guessing it's your first time seeing something quite like that.
May I say something before we
Yeah.
get started?
Yeah, just remember, like, you said it's a private booth, but
Oh, they can listen to us,
Yeah.
yes.
I figured it's just worth saying.
That's fair. I will also say I don't see how that we have much of a choice. Really. I hate to do anything for this man, even if it is technically a good idea to get weapons off of the streets, because certainly it benefits him. I don't have a solution aside from saying yes. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Pretty much on the same, in the same space as you. I don't know that we have much of a choice. Have you seen Alexias?
No, I thought he was with you.
Shit. All right. Well, that's a worry for after we get out of here alive.
It's
Okay.
been a couple weeks. I never saw Alexias, correct? Like, you were just behind me the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, you
I was just following. Yeah, if
You
I
rolled pretty
recall.
bad on your perception.
I was distracted. There was a baby.
There was a
I could try
baby.
to send him a message if he's close enough, just to see if he's.
I would say, because the people who are probably listening, that I don't necessarily want to let them know if Alexius is nearby.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a little worried about this time limit. I'm not looking to get any bones cracked today, and I think, I mean, even if Alexius is nearby, I don't want his bones getting cracked either. It sounds like we're on the same page, right? Right, Vinny?
We should try to get as much information about what we would be looking for, as well as how many people would be there. I would like to perhaps do this as non-violently as possible. I'm sure that is a pipe dream, but it would be good if he knows and would share it with us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's funny how things all seem to be linked together.
Everything
All
in
right.
this.
I just hope the doctor's going to stay
Alive?
safe.
Worth it.
Yeah. All of it. All of the above. But yeah,
Right.
don't see how we have much choice.
You open the door and head back out. You do definitely see there was someone like waiting right outside that door.
Yeah.
Definitely. You
Mhm.
knew
Oh,
it
yeah.
was gonna be there. He beckons in, takes you back to the booth. Carl's just kind of sitting there. He's finished off the wine. He's like moved on to like some finger foods of some sort, like cucumber sandwiches or whatever. And says, well, I assume you have an answer for me.
Yeah, it looks like. Let's go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say yes, and also if you could tell us about what we are looking for and how many people there might be there, that would be most appreciated, sir.
wands. Wands. From Crystalia. I don't know how they managed to do it, but these wands, most wands require you to have some sense of attunement to the magic contained within to use them. But not these. These wands can be used by anyone. As for the number of people, I don't know. I know the Silver family wharf has at least a half dozen, usually, but how many are on the boat bringing in the wands? I don't know.
So at least a half dozen plus whoever is on the boat.
The boat arrives 2 nights from now.
Right.
So in 2 nights we do this. You will know because you have ears in every pie, and then you'll tell us where to go to get the doctor.
Did you say years in every pie?
Ears, like on the side of your head.
Yes.
Years in every pie.
Yes.
Yes.
You're an idiot. It's fingers in every pie, Emmanuel.
But you don't listen with your fingers, stupid.
Okay.
I think everyone's so
Uh-huh.
tired.
It is late.
All right. It is late. So I
Yeah.
think that'll be it.
Wonderful.
And he just
Well,
sort of like dismisses you with a wave of his hand.
thank you for the show.
Of course. If you're ever
Don't thank
interested
him
in
for
being
the
a
show.
starring performer, don't hesitate to let me know.
Of course.
You begin to head out of the booth. And you hear a voice call out, Dahlia, if you could.
Mm,
One tiny little thing I wanted to talk to you about.
right.
I don't want to let her be alone in the room with Kel.
If you try to, Dahlia goes in, someone will try and step in front of you to prevent you from entering. And you hear looking Kel say, it's for Dahlia's ears only, I'm afraid.
Can I just
Okay.
All right.
gently put my hand on you?
You can put your ears into
On
whatever
Emmanuel.
other pie you want, but not this one.
Okay. I'm not moving back, but I imagine a door is closed or they keep me from being able to listen.
You definitely close the door. And Logan leans forward to you, Dahlia. And now you and I have never had the chance of entering a business relationship before. You have worked with some of my competitors in the past. And I know you put those days behind you. But I wonder if you'd be interested in perhaps a little extra work. If a few of those wands were to perhaps find their way to this theater, I would make sure that you were amply rewarded.
Hmm.
Completely optional, of course.
Of course.
Get it, girl.
I'll take it under consideration. Thank you.
He gives you a nod. That'll be it then. And you can head out to join the rest of the group. And you just hear him call out, like mockingly, I hope this is the start of a beautiful friendship. And the door shuts.
Hey, Richard, I
let me...
quick question from the hidden tiefling. Did I hear any of this? I'm assuming this is all way too far away from me.
I would say you're probably too far away to really hear much of the conversation.
Yeah, I don't think I have any clue what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
cool.
I would say you do hear the conversation between the 4 people backstage with you, just talking about finding the stalker. He was just drunk, had literally no relation to Cal or anything. He just like, yeah, he just bumped into me on the street. Figured he owed him a bit of a wet for. And the other guy just starts laughing. He did not owe Cal any money. or anything. They just plucked him off the street because he bumped into someone.
Yeah.
That's it. I was saying, though, I think after the five of you head out and down to your carriage and able to get into your carriage, yes,
I am not going into the carriage yet. I'm sorry. I'm looking for the docker, making sure he is not dead. And if I can, I'll heal him and help him get his way home.
the carriage is in the front, the docker's backstage.
Right. And I also figure that, like, once I hear this situation and if I can gauge the tensions are going down, and I'm happy to do a roll for that, I would, like, slip out the back door then,
Yeah.
if possible. I don't want to take these guys on.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check?
Perception check it is.
Yep.
Hey!
I will say that the sense that you kind of get is they're all tired. It's all late. They're waiting for whatever business to finish so they can all go home. So if you wait a little while, it'll probably be clear soon enough.
Yeah.
You might not be
Okay.
able to put, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, then once it clears, once I get the sense that, like, the noise has died down and people have, like, headed out, I will try and flip out the back door where I assume this guy is. And I will do similar things, like, kind of like get him up, get him on his feet, and kind of try and get him to wherever he needs to go.
Yeah. So what happens is you head out to the carriage. Man, you look around for the doctor in the front of the building, you don't see any. But as you jump into your carriage, you see some of Cal's men slowly beginning to exit and leave. Alexias, you hear people exiting through the back as well, along with probably a groan of someone scooping up this body of this heavily beaten up man and throwing him into another carriage or something like that, or who knows what. But things start to die down, and eventually it goes quiet. And you could probably easily head out the back door if you needed to. They are confident enough that it would not be locked, because who's going to break into Lord Cow's hideout? Stupid of them. But you're able to get out. I am going to ask you for another stealth check, though, as you try to go through the streets.
Sure. Let's see what happens.
Come on, baby.
It's
Yeah.
almost a 1, but I was a natural 19 for 24. Alright, so the 5 of you that are in the carriage. It's going to be some time, Alexias, before you're able to get out. But the 5 of you that are in the carriage, what are you doing?
We need to find Alexias. I don't want to leave here without knowing where he is.
I looked everywhere for that docker and I could not find him.
Shit.
Dahlia, you used to
Maybe-
run with those folks?
I knew a person too.
Lou doesn't say anything.
I was
want
never
me to-
part of Lork and Cal's gang. I just know some folks from before. You know, grew up in the city, you know some folks.
Sure.
We need to find Alexias.
Should I send a message now?
I don't know another way of looking for him right now without just getting out and looking around. So yeah.
I can yell.
No.
No.
No. We'd like to keep this low key as possible.
Okay. Let me see. I can't remember. Is this one like a word count?
Sorry.
No.
I think it's like a sentence. It's kind of vague.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, Richard, but that's my understanding of Pathfinder's message spell.
There's no number count. No.
I think it's basically whatever you can say in 6 seconds.
Great. Okay. We're back in the carriage. Respond if you're safe. Don't respond if you're not, and we'll come find you.
You can give a brief response as a reaction.
Great. So I'm in range. That reaches me.
Yes. You
Great,
hear
cool.
Vincent's voice.
Excellent. then yeah, I'll respond. I'm okay. I'm backstage, and I'm hiding. They don't know I'm here. I'll be fine.
I say the message to the group.
Oh my god, shit. All
Why
right,
is he backstage?
that's just where he ended up after he was running after you, I guess. Okay. Well, guess no harm in waiting for him. I'm not gonna leave him behind.
I will say that there are a few people that are sort of milling around outside the front of the theater and just keeping an eye on your carriage.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably not leaving until you do.
Shit.
Should we take a loop around the block?
Just go to the
Yeah.
back of the theater?
I don't think there's a chance he gets out of there completely unseen in this neighborhood. Maybe he can make his way at least a little ways away from here, and he can meet up with us.
We can talk to him. Do we want to ask what he wants to do?
Yeah, sure, Vincent.
Okay.
He's safe enough. You can.
He said he'd be able to get out fine, so I don't know if he's meeting. Okay. What?
Just make sure I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
If he wants us to meet him somewhere, or if he just wants to get out of here on his own.
Okay. Did you want us to wait for you and ride home together safe, or are you finding a secret way back home?
No, go home. Go away. Get out. I'm fine. Go now.
He'll manage. He said get home.
All right, I'm trusting him. Let's go.
I think he can handle himself.
Pretty sneaky little fella, so yeah.
If nothing else, he can smoke a cigarette and talk his way out of it. I mean,
Probably.
I have a very unique set of skills.
In that order, smoking cigarettes and talking.
It's served me well, yeah.
Alright then, Vincent, you're the driver, so
right?
that's right. So, you're the only one I think that's actually proficient in being able to drive this. So you hop on the... I mean, maybe you can drive, but not very well. You hop up on the carriage and make your way back to the orgy, just dropping people off at their homes.
I think I'm going to drop everyone off and then I'll walk home.
Drop everyone off on their way home.
I would like to, if she will let me, get out where Dahlia is getting out.
Okay.
Why?
I just wanted to say something.
Say your piece then.
Is the carriage already left? Or are you guys
Yeah,
like just right there?
up to you. It's up to you.
As slow as possible.
Just in the back window, like
I'm just staring at the carriage and like waving a long time as you all are like going 0.2 miles an hour away.
He's trying to follow me home.
Oh no, I don't want. You're very small. I'm very big. That would not be very effective.
I don't. Never mind. What? Why are you here then?
Have you? I'm trying to think of how to say this. Have you done bad things?
I mean, we've all done bad things, haven't we?
Have we?
Most people.
But are you doing bad things now?
No. I'm a constable, aren't I?
Okay, I think they're gone. Emmanuel starts rolling up his right sleeve. You see on his right sleeve, about from the wrist up, a bunch of tattoos are on his sleeve, and he says, "Where I come from, it is the custom of criminals to be branded with their crimes. I'm just showing this to you so you know that you aren't the only one with regrets. I've done a lot of things I am not proud of. Probably worse than whatever it is you have done." Start rolling my sleeve back down. "I'm certain you all think I am a buffoon, and it is true. But I am here for all of you. If you need to talk, if you need to listen, if you need me to do something I otherwise would not do, no questions asked, just say so."
Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to go home now.
You should. It's late.
Okay, I start sprinting off.
You start spinning off in your heavy armor, and the last thing you hear is just this clanking sound. You see lights go up in the windows of all of your neighbors.
Oh,
A
shit.
few people look at the windows, just begin shouting, "Hey! It's 1 a.m. Shut the fuck up!" And they slam the window shut.
That's rude.
No.
Oh, boy.
You all head back to sleep. Alexias, you are able to get out without being seen as far as you know.
Excellent. One little problem we have not discussed. I do not know where I am. And I've never been here before.
I tried.
You did.
Tried.
You did do that. It was not till after he tells everyone to leave that Alexias realizes he was completely unaware of his surroundings.
Yeah.
So, would like to try and find out.
And we never saw him again.
We'll say you put some distance between yourself and the theater. I mean, you know, if you head west, you will eventually hit the bay, and you could probably follow that north. So
Sure.
I think when you get a good distance away, you probably see some lamplighters that are from outside of that particular neighborhood that would be able to give you some directions as they're continuously walking around, lighting things.
Mhm.
But there's definitely moments when you think, "Oh no, I'm lost." And the worst part of town to be lost in.
Yeah.
You have no
absolutely.
friends. But
Yeah.
you're able to find your way back home eventually. It's very, very late when you get there because you're not in a carriage. You're walking the rest of the way.
Uh-huh.
But you get home.
Excellent.
You'll get some relatively restful or, depending, maybe not restful sleep. You wake up in the morning and you will head back to the RHC, I'm assuming. As you arrive, you see Peggy. And let me ask this. Of the five of you, and I'll ask AJ this when she returns, who do you think would be the first to arrive in the morning? Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, for sure.
Definitely, at
I'm
least today, because I want to
100%
get
sure
there.
that
Even
Alexias would be the last.
Absolutely.
So what would kind of be the order that you would arrive? Would you arrive on, the rest of you arrive on time, or arrive a little before your shift starts, or what would it be?
I get there like an hour early.
Yeah.
Lou consistently arrives between our agreed upon start time and anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes late because he missed transportation and is always flustered about it.
Why? That's you, Vincent?
I think that Vincent is anywhere between 15 minutes early to 15 minutes late on any day because it's like I leave at the same time, and if the universe gets in my way and distracts me with something, then maybe I'm a couple minutes behind. But I know I need to be somewhere. But if something is pressing, I like, even if it's a donut, I stop for it.
What about you, Dahlia?
I think I get there like right on time.
On time.
Yeah, not too early. I'm getting there on time.
So, Alexias, how late do you arrive?
Sure, roll for it. I don't know.
Roll 2d10 plus 10.
I'm thinking
I would say
that
there's salaried. You have it agreed upon time between your group. So
yeah,
rather than you have to be here at this time. So I'll let you arrive.
yeah. I'm thinking I roll in at like noon.
Yeah,
That's
that's so late.
I know, but I was out really late walking.
Should we call his emergency contact? Does Peggy have that?
Alexias probably has Peggy as his emergency contact. Are you
Yeah, I
kidding
don't
me?
have an emergency contact. My emergency contact right now is Mayor John Hamm. So
Did he ever go home, or did he just go back to the mayor's house?
I mean,
No,
Goodfellow filled out his
I hope
paperwork
so.
for him.
We'll split the difference. Let's call it 10 a.m.
And
Yeah.
I'll show up at 10
So
a.m.
Beautiful.
you all filter in.
Looking like utter shit.
Is that just today, or are you always that late?
Oh, every day.
Got it.
Perfect.
That is
But
actually a
today
good
he
point.
looks
I
like
did fill
this.
out your paperwork, so I am your emergency
Yes.
contact.
You did.
Yeah. Uh,
You must listen to yourself.
oh,
Brilliant.
Emmanuel, you're the first to arrive, and Peggy will greet you in the morning. She has a stack of books that have been collected from the part art library that Alexias requested, and she will from forms. She will hand them over to you. Alexias requested these.
Good. When he arrives, these will be ready for him. Is Delft in today? I assume yes, because you're here.
Doctor is up in his office.
Wonderful. Thank you, Peggy. Have a nice day.
Yourself as well.
All right. I go upstairs. I leave the books on Alexias's desk, and then I go talk to Delft.
You arrive at Dolph's office. He's sitting in his chair. The door's slightly open, so you can enter if you'd like. He's got like water, chewing tobacco in his mouth.
I knock on the door politely.
Come in.
Okay. I had a hypothetical question.
Oh god.
If we had people of dubious legality and we didn't want to put them in a regular jail, do we have secret jails to put them in where there's no paperwork?
You want the RHC to create a secret black site. Where
I
we
don't
house
know.
prisoners.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
He spits this giant wad of tobacco into the spittoon near his desk. He leans back, explaining.
Well, this is a hypothetical situation. But
No
if we had,
hypotheticals. No hypotheticals. Explain.
we might have custody of people who work for a man who, if we arrest these men, they will just be let go because he is a powerful crime lord.
Walking cow.
Those are your words, not mine.
I don't know how comfortable I would be with housing a secret black site. We just throw criminals in for an undeterminate period of time. We can keep them off the books for a limited period of time. How long are you thinking?
Till they are good.
Until they're good. Like,
Until they stop being criminals and start being nice people.
you want to take two people who work for the Walking Cows Guild, throw them into a prison where no one knows where they are without any benefits, any food, water, any chance for them to see sunshine, and hope against hope that they will suddenly magically turn good.
No, I'd give them food and water, and I'd visit them every day.
That sounds like torture.
No, I would visit them every day.
That's the part that sounds like torture.
I'm going to assume this is a no.
This is a no. We
Okay.
can take him. We can keep him in our jail downstairs for a set period of time. We can hold him 48 hours before we need to turn him over to the police.
This is a good talk.
I don't know if those are the words I would use, but this was a talk.
You're coming around to me. Okay, bye. I'm going back to my desk.
You just hear like this very, very heavy sigh as you shut the door behind you, and you just hear Doubt's voice says, I think I'm gonna have to start picking up smoking again. And
Gonna give that man an ulcer. It's great.
eventually your companions begin trickling in, unless there was anything else you wanted to do in that hour-long time you have. Okay.
No.
Your companions begin trickling in one by one. Dahlia, Vincent, you. You all have like a good 45 minutes or so until Alexias finally shows up. But until then, you have no idea where he is or what he's doing.
Richard,
Yes.
Vincent requested records on the Three Witches lore.
Oh, that's right. You and Alexias both requested those records, I thought. So those are all the books. Those are all the books. No.
Okay, great. And then just so everyone knows, Vincent walks in with a sweet roll, and Theo and Vincent have started pen paling because they don't get to hang out as much. So he's carrying a note reading from Theo and just leaves it on his desk with his little sweet roll.
Oh.
I have a stack of books. Alexias is late. He's usually late, but whether or not that's a concern to you all is up to you. You start flipping through your books. All right. What I would like you to do then, if you're going to be reading those books, go ahead and give me a history check. I'm lowering the DC because you have all of these books with you.
Okay.
Do correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's been 2 weeks. This evening, we're planning on doing something up on Cauldron Hill. Cool. Can I dip out and go talk to somebody?
Sure.
Okay.
Let me see what this was. Actually, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say I interrupted Kim and I apologize.
Where's the big list again?
It's the big hand.
I don't see history.
I believe there's not a history. It would be a society, generally, unless there's a specific lore.
Sorry.
Like
Yeah, I have the 5th edition brain for a second, but it is society.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
So on a 17. Is there anything specific you are looking for? Yes.
I just wanted the lore on the three witches that created the veil. Or the hole in the veil.
Yeah. Alright, so the first thing about Cauldron Hill is it wasn't originally called Cauldron Hill. Its original name was Hunchback Hill. Just because of the way that it was kind of shaped in the mountains. It's like kind of has like a flat top and kind of curved off to the sides. The locals renamed it Cauldron Hill after the events about 100 years ago. This was shortly after the Second War with Dana, which was 100 years ago, and the Third War just recently ended like 7 years ago or so. The king at the time was King Lorcan Bin. and he had several allies with him. Some of those names aren't familiar to you, some are. There's Dame Melissa Gallard, who was his bodyguard. There was Godhand Thomas Sark. The Godhand, you would know, is kind of this monastic order from Quasilia that follow the worship, the beliefs of Trigenes. And so the monks, basically, the fight it out with their fists, the holy monks. The Godhand Tomas. There was then the mayor, Roland Stanfield, who is now currently the governor of Brent, who was also there as well. He had served for 3 centuries as mayor. You do find, as you're reading through, that he was killed twice by those witches. He kept coming back to try and fight them. And there was also Principal Minister Harkover Lee. You would kind of have a general idea of who Harkover Lee is. Harkover Lee is the king's, prime minister or principal minister, his most trusted and loyal advisor, and has been the most trusted and loyal advisor for centuries. You know that he's a wizard of some sort, so he's fairly old from what you're able to read or what you've heard from people who have seen him. He doesn't look it though, but he's definitely centuries and centuries old. But wizards live long times. Once they achieve that sort of level of power, they live for a long time. And most interestingly, Dana sent along a woman named Emmanuel Latimer as a way to sort of help establish the peace between Dana and Weasel after that second war. And Emil was one of the people who, as you're reading through those history books, who discovered Weasels, who discovered Vardas, who was really one of the primary architects of creating guns. Or more specifically, personal guns versus cannons, finding ways to sort of shrink down the cannons into something that could be carried around you safely by people. Those individuals are gathered together to fight the witches. There are 4 of them. There is Sister Langor, Sister Dahlia, and Sister Pernicity. Those were the coven, and the coven was led by a woman whose name was only the Red Contessa. As you were reading through this, you read that they had found a way to bind the bodies of every single person in Brent to them, in such a way that they were invulnerable to damage, because if they were hurt, the damage would just be spread out amongst the populace. So it was impossible to kill them. They were sacrificing hostages. They were doing some dark ritual. There's no actual description of what the ritual was beyond that it was known as the ritual of the red moon, and it happened during an eclipse. Specifically, the eclipse of the red moon is when Gies, which is the planet with the plane of fire, passes in front of Ab, the moon, and so passes behind Ab, the moon, so you see this ring of fire around the moon itself. You know that the witches had servants that were made of undead and dark corrupted fae as well. You do know that King Lorcan Finn was successful in defeating the witches because he managed to crack the cauldron that was used as the kind of focus for whatever ritual they were casting. He was able to crack it, destroy it, and there's not much else beyond that, beyond what, as best as you can piece together, are fairy tales or exaggerated legends or things like that.
Could you repeat the witches' names, please?
Red Contessa is the leader. Sister Langor, Sister Dahlia, Sister Pernicity.
Thank you.
This was 100 years ago. I think as you're sort of flipping through these books after dinner's when it's going to take you some time to go through them. Alexias probably walks in at some point after you finish going through those books.
Looking like Lindsay Lohan. So,
Oh, good, you
Bye.
made it.
yes, I made it. It was a very long night. How are you? You're good? Everyone okay? Okay. What's on the docket?
I've gotten your books.
Excellent. Excellent. And I'll flip through these as well. So.
As you're flipping through, like Vincent probably, I don't know if you would have highlighted or maybe make marks on the notable passages of these books, or I don't know if you would have, but
Absolutely. I think I have no reverence for like the pages or like the physical artifact of the book itself. So I think I'm like making marks, I'm highlighting, I rip out a page, I stuff it in my pocket, all those kind of things.
Vincent, but you have made marks and notations.
I think I would have made notes alongside with like page numbers. So I could slide those to Alexias.
Okay. All right. Alexias, you would also like. You're muted. Alexias, you're muted.
I know. I didn't say anything. I'm just waiting for you to.
That's
If I would like to. Sorry.
okay. If you would like to make a esoteric lore check, you can. That is an 18. Yeah, you're not able to glean any more information of what Vincent has already highlighted and pointed out to you.
Great.
So with that, what's next?
Would it be possible for Lou in those lore books to look up anything specific to like resurrection or
Yeah, I had asked about
like
the
undead?
Yeah.
Sure.
And Goodfellow wanted to go someplace, just as a reminder.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and make me a. Let me look. I'll see what knowledge skills you have. Make me a afterlife check, I think. Afterlife lore.
Whee!
Yeah, most of the standard things you read are kind of like standard undead, zombies, ghost ghouls, things like that.
Cool.
Alright. Done a bit of research. Kim, you look like you're about to say something.
I'm thinking. We still need to fill in Alexias about what we're about to do.
Yeah, because I don't know any of that.
You sure don't. You sure don't, bud. So, what did you hear last night at the theater? Anything?
It's a theater. I heard a lot about how they were beating up someone who didn't do anything.
Yeah, the comedy show.
Yeah.
Right.
This is all I heard. I heard voices a little bit far away, but I was not close to you at all.
We should just be glad it wasn't a tragedy.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
So, Kel wants us to stop a shipment of wands coming into the city.
mhm.
You'll never guess where. The Silvo family wharf.
Right.
If we do this, he'll lead us to the doctor.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
You seem troubled by this.
Well, it's weird that it's the same thing that's tied in with Nilasa, is all.
She was at the Silvo Wharf?
Do you remember what was written on the back of that? On the back of that receipt? No, Vincent's shaking his head at me.
I'm looking. Don't remember.
It said Silvo, Dion Feldman, Family Wharf.
Mm-hmm.
So she was involved somehow in the shipment of wong, you think?
Maybe?
What was on the front side of the receipt? It was the list
It
of
was-
ingredients.
From The Alchemist.
For the
From
potion.
DW.
Yes.
Yeah.
So someone who touched that receipt was involved in this as well. Maybe Nilasa, maybe someone else. The point
Vincent just looks over to all the strings that
Sanai put up.
Sanai had, and just being like, maybe she was onto something.
Oh no! It's all a conspiracy.
I think that we did not know enough. And so this seems like another lead, if nothing else, huh?
Something.
Perhaps we can learn more. And it is a good thing, yes, to stop these weapons from entering the city.
I suppose so. I mean, in the long run, it probably benefits Kel, but he's got the doctor, so kind of stuck.
Right. Well, I would not worry too much about this. Huh? You seem down. Here, have a smoke. I'll offer you a cigarette. It will make you feel better, I promise.
I don't think it will. I think it will make me cough a bunch.
I think if you just give it a try.
No, I tried it before. It's not my thing, really.
All right. Anyone? Offer it around the room. Okay.
Kitty.
I will say tonight we for sure have plans.
We
Yes,
do.
of course. We have to get back to the encampment and bring the wise man down to the mayor's house. Yes.
Yeah, we have to pick up Nevada.
How long does that take? You think? When do we need to leave?
It was like several hours to get to the camp, and then another hour or so to get to the mayor's house.
Mm-hmm.
I think the plan was we're going to meet Navard at the mayor's house.
Yeah,
Oh.
right there.
Oh, good.
But it's good because it means I don't have to go back for those.
Still there too.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
I would say that would be later in the evening because needs to see the sky and the night stars and all of that. So it'd be later in the evening.
Okay.
Well, do we have any other work to accomplish today before this?
Richard,
Yes.
Goodfellow wanted to go out into the city after talking to Delft. Probably as a couple people were filing in to go talk to somebody real fast.
Okay. We'll put a pin on that for a second.
Okay.
So, the four of you, is there anything you wanted to do? Like during the time that Goodfellow was not there.
Just
He's not there.
really, I mean, our biggest leads are all involve us going out and doing things, and we're kind of on a time constraint. So I don't have anything that I need to do right now.
Yeah, beyond maybe finding the alchemist at this point. I don't know that we have much else to do until tonight.
Yeah, we don't have any leads about DW either, do we?
No, he's just an alchemist.
Man,
We can try and look up to see if DW has like
There's an alchemist registry or something.
the like license to actually legally make that potion.
well, perhaps Peggy can help us with that. Maybe if
Yeah.
there's some sort of license registry, yeah?
Peggy was
I know,
Peggy would say yes, we can look that up. It would take some time because it's not a local registry; it's a national registry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Sorry, well, yeah, if you don't mind, Becky, that you would do wonderful.
Every DW you've got.
Every DW.
Who is an alchemist?
All right. I will do the best I can.
You
Might as well
are
try.
Yes, Peggy.
Yes.
I will send a missive to Slate, and hopefully they will get us papers as soon as possible.
Many thanks.
Thank you.
That's all I got. I'm just gonna read those lore books then for the rest of the afternoon until it's time to head out.
Literally, Vincent can think of nothing else besides tonight. So whatever you guys want to do, I'm on board because I'm just antsy in my pants about to pee that I have this thing tonight.
Yeah.
He's just like vibrating, bouncing off the walls. Like, is it time yet? Is it time yet? Like, oh my god.
Good fellow. You head out as people are filing in. Where are you going? What are you doing?
I just want to commandeer a carriage, go talk to Big Mustard real fast. It's probably doesn't need to be a big RP thing. I just wanted to ask him about possibly getting some unattended buildings, possibly for us to use to detain some prisoners.
Big Mustard, he looks at you, a little bit of confusion. I was like, there's some empty warehouses down the street. Do you want to describe Big Mustard for everyone else, though?
Yeah, let me look back into our conversations with my description of Big Mustard. It's been a minute, but I believe he is a big old dwarven fellow. Yeah. No, he is a halfling. I apologize. He is the largest, most rotund halfling you have ever seen. He is basically a big circle, brown skin with kind of stark white hair. He is a jovial fellow, wearing the general accoutrement of the dockers. He is a pseudo bard, is how I've imagined him. He's a very flamboyant, but kind of not well dressed fellow, except for a red scarf around his shoulders. He is typically kind of no longer in a labor position any longer. He's kind of just gotten too old to be constantly doing all the heavy lifting, but he does kind of see himself as a father or uncle to the various dock workers and helps keep everything together. He was one of the first people Goodfellow actually met off of the boat.
Now, is Mustard his Christian name?
No, his name is Wohan Wahones, but everybody calls him Big Mustard.
Big Mustard, so I can get like a warehouse for you. No problem.
And is this a warehouse that is unbreak in and outable?
No such thing.
That's a good point. Okay, think about that. Tell some of the guys that we might have to watch some people for a few days. Worst case scenario.
He gives you a thumbs up.
All right, awesome.
All right, see you at the old tavern later.
See you.
Bye.
Drinks are on me. Yes, I have money.
As well as they should be. And he gives you a big slap on the ass as you head out the door.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay, I head back, however long it takes me.
Okay. It probably wouldn't be that long. This Central District is not that far from Boston Strand, so able to get there back. So it's probably approaching around noon at this point, with Alexias arriving late, reading the books.
I figured I had
Coming
time
back.
with Alexias
Yep.
showing up at his usual time.
Yep. So you all right back, gather together, figure out what you want to do next.
Should we only have, it's tomorrow night we have to get the wands, right?
Tomorrow night.
Should we have some kind of discussion or plan as to how we want to approach that? Because
Do
with
we-
tonight being a late night, going into, I just don't know how much time we'll actually have to.
Can
You
we
make
go
a fair
to the
point,
docks
it is-
now and just look?
It's maybe a good idea to see if we can find, yes, go look at the dock. Maybe also we can get a map or something, some sort of layout of the dock, a blueprint.
I would like to not go in blind when dealing with ones that anyone could use.
I actually had a
Very
thought,
true.
if I can share that.
Yep.
Why do we have to do this by ourselves? If we know that the smuggling thing is happening, we could get other police to come in force and detain everything.
This is right. We could do that.
Suppose so.
Delegation is the essence of leadership.
So do you want to go talk to Delta about it?
He's not happy with me.
Oh, don't leave.
Can we-
Oh no, really?
Can we get on the same page as where we got this information though? Vinny's gonna get up and shut the door.
Self-store?
Our office door.
Your office, right? Yeah, no, this is good. This is good.
Because I don't think making deals with a criminal will necessarily go over well with Delph.
See, I agree with
So
this.
you've heard a tip.
I just wanted to get on the same
Yeah.
page.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Where?
Yeah,
Where
no
did we
problem.
get the tip from?
He is going
Anonymous.
to ask. You know he's going to ask.
Anonymous informant. Don't
Well, of
worry
course
about
he's going
him.
to ask, but
Yeah, it's his
as
job.
we know, Dahlia's got some contacts, so
Right. We know that, but does Delph know that?
Put everything on Dahlia.
Good.
This is a good idea.
Here's the other thing. Wands anyone can use.
Yeah.
Should we just discuss that a little bit?
As far as
Usage.
for us, what if a few go missing, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
That would be very dangerous. Could you imagine those wands being in the hands of people who don't know how to use them?
Well, if
Mm.
anyone can use them, then everyone kind of knows how to use them. Huh?
mm,
Part and parcel.
How about plan first, whatever that might be later.
All right. Happy to do so. Just wanted to bring it up.
No, I'm not disagreeing, but
Of course.
so anonymous informant gave us a tip that there would be illegal paraphernalia weaponry delivered at the docks tomorrow night. We
Mhm.
don't know what it is, right?
This is good. We don't know
Sure,
what it
yeah.
is.
We
Yeah.
do know what it is.
But Delph doesn't have to
Mm.
know that we know what it is.
Oh, we're lying.
We're protecting ourselves so we can still get the doctor.
Exactly. And we're not lying. We are withholding information. It's a very different thing.
It is not. It's technically still a lie, and I stand by
All right, all right.
that. Okay.
well, then let's get some help.
Okay.
All right.
Who's talking? I don't want to.
It would be.
I'll do it.
No, it's fine. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, the more people involved, the harder it is to make things sort of, disappear. But it's fine.
He's mad at
What do you
me.
mean disappear?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. We can ask him.
What? Like the story disappear?
No. Don't worry. It's fine. It's just what Alexias was saying.
You are muted.
No, I'm not. I'm just not.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, we can get more people on it. Be safer for all of us, I suppose.
We'd have less control.
Yeah.
Over this situation. As well.
We can just say we want to take the lead, but want backup.
Could also just scope it out first, see the lay of the land.
And
Let's
what if
see if
Stealth
we
tells
need-
us to ignore it? Huh? What if he says, I'm going to put a different team on it, you focus on your work?
That's not great for us.
No, it's
But
not
we
great.
can. But considering what we've got, we can tie it into our case, and so we should be on it.
If we tell him that Kels has the doctor,
No, we have the name. We have the name on the back of the receipt that we found on Investor.
mhm,
That is our
Okay.
link. We don't even have to talk about the
we don't
doctor.
have to bring up the doctor at all. Okay.
No.
Okay.
What if we just scope it out today and see whisper campaign, see if anybody knows of any shipment, and then we can bring it up tomorrow for backup and say it's an urgent thing we just heard on the streets. We need help if we want it. We don't have to bring it up before we've decided.
I like this idea because
Yeah.
if it is something we can handle ourselves, it would be more beneficial for us to just handle it ourselves.
Right.
But if it is a very large dock or a very large, if we are dealing with many, many people, then maybe we will want some help. Yes.
Yeah.
But I
like
agree
that.
with Vinny. It would be worth it to get some more information before we start asking for things.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And let's go take a look.
Reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance. Let's go.
All
Run
right.
to the kitchen and grab everybody a packed lunch from the bring in the carriage
Our guy.
as we
There's definitely enough food there. You can make some sandwiches and things for you
Yay.
to choose some fruits. A lot of mangoes, bananas, tropical.
Ooh.
make everybody a cheese sandwich and a banana.
Alright, cheese sandwiches and bananas.
Up.
Mhm.
You're
No
heading to Family Wharf.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
some recon.
Are you taking the carriage or are you taking a boat?
Let's not take the carriage that has the RHC branding to a possibly criminal wharf.
Oh, we never went and chose our boat. We were supposed to do that the first day.
Yeah.
Well, no time like the present.
We have time now.
We have time now.
Mhm.
Boat, boat, boat,
Boat,
boat.
Boat.
And just so we're on the same page, we're having a hard out at like an hour before sundown, no matter what lead we're on.
Of course.
Of course. That's important to you.
I mean,
It's important to all of us.
for all of us. Yeah, it's
That's a good
important for
point.
our whole thing.
And I mean, look at him.
So-
He's vibrating.
I know.
The mayor?
Not It's always back to the mayor with you,
Let's
isn't
just
it?
go.
I don't know. Is it vibrate? What?
I'm just excited about the boat. I haven't been on a boat in a year.
Can we be having this conversation on the way to the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, I figured that's what
Walking and talking.
We're walking and talking at this point.
an Aaron Sorkinson.
Yes.
Hey, Paul and Aaron Sorkin just walking down,
Yeah.
talking at the same time.
Hold on.
You make your way to the docks that are in the central district, close to the upper front bay, where there is a wharf master there. These docks are definitely have more of the boats that are either assigned to RHC or the Flint Police or members of the military, rather than people who fish or do anything like that. Those are definitely close on Pine Island or Bosun Strand. But you approach the docks, and there's a wharf master over there in like one of his tiny little shacks. Windows open so he can greet anyone who comes up. You're just kind of lean up. Yes, I don't think I've seen any of you before. He's a kind of a stout dwarf, with these curly red hair that's kind of pulled back into like a little bit of a ponytail and a bit of a short chin beard. So I guess, what can I do for you? You need me?
I'm gonna slide my badge up on the desk.
RHC, yes. I was expecting you a few days ago, but better late than never. I have 2 boats for you. Come, I'll take you to them. And he heads out, he closes up his workmaster's office, locks it up. He takes you to like a smaller section of the docks where you see 2 different boats attached to the docks. And he points at them. This one's Audacious, and this one is Inevitable. The Audacious looks to be kind of a excise cutter, which has the sails, which are very, very standard, kind of a regular sail ship. It's probably about 40 feet long, good 15 feet wide or so. The Inevitable is more of a steam cutter, which runs more on a steam-powered engine. Both have their pros and cons. Whichever one you want is yours. The other one's going to the other agents. Quieter, faster, quieter. He points to the Audacious. Easier to maneuver. Faster. He points to the Inevitable. Can take more damage. Your pick.
Well, I would say that because we are interested in doing some recon, that quiet and fast is good. Although I recognize the steam will be faster.
I will add this. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Piloting a boat, piloting vehicles does. I'm not going to call for checks unless you get into a situation where things have gone bad. We need to make checks for it. To pilot the Audacious, which is the excise cutter with the sails and everything, it would require either a sailing lore check of DC 18, which I don't think anyone has, or a nature check of a DC 20. So it's definitely a little bit difficult to pilot because these are pretty ships. The Inevitable require either a sailing or engineering check of a DC 18 or a crafting check of a DC 20, crafting being the catch-all for like machinery and things like that. So, I'm going to say this, knowing your characters, kind of looking over it, seeing which one is easier to pilot. Vincent would have an easier time at piloting the Audacious, the DC is still 20. Dahlia would have an easier time piloting the Inevitable, and the DC would be an 18.
I think the names might speak for themselves, and we have to get the Inevitable.
The Wharfmaster's like, you can name it whatever you want. That's just their old names from the previous cruise.
If you've given it a name, I would like to respect that.
I agree with that.
Give it a nickname.
The ships get to name it, so if you want to
I
keep the name,
understand, but I think there's some kind of beauty to it already
Kind of
having
funny.
some predestined. That's just my 2 cents. Everybody else can pick. I can drive the other one though.
I like the big one.
Alright, the big one, the haunted one, it's yours.
The haunted one.
And he just kind of quickly hands you over the keys, heads back to the wharf.
Wait, what was the name of that one?
I am haunted boat.
The Inevitable.
The Inevitable, I think, is haunted.
Oh, okay.
God damn it. Darn it.
Haunted Evie.
It's haunted.
Yeah, he heads back. He
Oh,
just tosses you like the keys for it. There's a ring of like a couple, three sets of keys, so you can just hand them out to whoever you want. But
Who's going to be the captain?
I'm gonna look at Dahlia and just, Captain, my captain.
Oh shit! All right.
Captain.
Okay. Okay. Fine. I guess we now have
Captain Dahlia.
we should make hats.
Wait, hold on. Does that mean she's in charge of us?
No. We're a team.
Only when
I'm not
we're
gonna
on
be.
the boat.
Okay, I'm gonna stay on the dock right now while we talk about this.
I want to go start exploring the boat. I want to find the ghost.
Ooh.
Oh, of course we chose the haunted one.
Inevitable.
It's inevitable. We choose the haunted one. You're right.
Think about what'll make for better TV.
What's TV?
Hey, look,
That was
this
not
one can take more
Emmanuel's
damage.
voice.
That's probably a good thing.
It means we can crash into more things and not die.
It
For
also
us.
means we are more obvious, right?
Yeah.
I think we're already pretty obvious.
I
That's
just don't
true.
know. I don't know how kind the RNG will be to me.
All right, shall we off to the dock?
Let's go.
All right, here we go.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, Jesus. No, you
Aye.
don't exist.
Boy,
All right,
Yeah, I'm hopping on.
let's get on.
Emmanuel's already on there, looking for ghosts. Don't find any ghost. But the ship itself is. Let's see the description.
They are
It's,
quiet ghosts.
It's definitely louder. It does have sails, but not the kind that are on the exercise cutter. It's definitely designed to be able to travel without wind. You
That
do
sounds
see, as you sort of explore the ship, there looks to be near the boiler signs of an explosion around the boiler of some sort that have been patched up and repaired to the best of their ability. So,
Great.
Dahlia, you turn on the steam cutter.
Oh,
You turn on the steam cutter. It rumbles to life. Well, you're not sure if it was just a rumble or maybe it was just something else, just growling or whatever, but it's probably just a rumble. Don't worry about it. And you set the ship off into the bay itself, making your way in the direction of the family wharf.
okay.
Using the maps that you probably have all been given as part of the initiation RHC, you're able to get some brief gusts of wind up against your face. It's not as relaxing as it would be in deeper oceans, just because there's just that ever-present smell of pollution and smog intermixed with the salt from the bay. You do see a lot of fish sort of swimming around. Those of you that are in Flint know that the fish in these bays are mostly carnivores. They're piranhas.
Don't fall in.
Swimming in this bay. Yeah.
I made that mistake only twice.
Oh,
Did you at least get a big fish?
Yes.
I would say after some time of just piloting this, you're able to pick up enough steam where you can shut the engine off and the wind will carry you the rest of the way. How close do you want to get to the Benny Wharf? Do you want to dock there? Do you want to be some distance away? Or what's the plan?
I would imagine we don't want to go right up to the wharf, right? We
Yeah.
just want to kind of scope it out.
so dock a bit of a ways away and kind of wander that way.
Does the boat have any sort of what are those things called?
A spyglass?
A spy? No, yeah, not a kaleidoscope. Yeah, like if we could just like take a maybe
Does
a
not
peek
have a
before we dock.
spyglass, unfortunately.
Ah,
It does have a kaleidoscope.
Once you get paid, you're free to buy a spyglass.
Ah,
How long till we get paid? I want a spyglass.
After your first week.
oh,
If we make it that long. Yeah, so we're not getting too close to the dock, guys. We're docking farther away. Dahlia, was it your intention to dock at another dock and then kind of walk over, or are we staying in the water?
I mean, if we want to be able to see what kind of people are working around there, we probably have to get off the ship.
I agree. Okay,
Especially since we don't have any spyglasses.
that's true.
There's only so much you can see.
Very well.
Right. Let's find another place to dock a little ways away.
And there's an entire stretch of Pine Island around the coast. That's a lot of like small family wharfs and a few public wharfs as well for you to dock the ship if you wanted to. So you can find a spot away from the specific wharf that you want to dock at, dock there, and make your way in the direction of the family wharf. You dock, tie off your ship, and head off in the direction down the streets. The streets in Pine Island aren't cobbled, they aren't paved. They are mostly just dirt streets. A lot of it is mud, just from the water from a lot of rivulets and tiny creeks that kind of like wash over. They flood with the tide, they lower. So your boots get pretty muddy and soggy as you continue on. Eventually, you know that you're a good distance away from the family walk where you can see it. There is a dirt path that looks to be leading up to maybe two small buildings. One's definitely larger than the other. The other might just be like a small storage building or something. And there is a ship docked at that building. And on the side of the ship, you can see painted the silver on the side of that ship.
Oh.
There's also a sign marking this family wharf, and the sign just says, Feldman Family Wharf.
Feldman?
You see a few people just sort of milling around, just kind of like gathering up fishing nets or maybe some crates of things, just a fish, you hanging them out to dry on the lines, things like that.
Mm.
There's about, if anyone wants to make a perception check.
Go for it.
Eee.
Oh! Nice.
I see.
What does he see? Ooh, receptive babies.
Wow, so we had a natural 20 from Alexias and a 22 from Emmanuel. So 25 for Alexias, 22 from Emmanuel. I would say, Emmanuel, you could probably see probably 5 or 6 people kind of outside. One person that looks to be directing them is kind of like has a deliberately clean-shaven head with a thick beard, gray beard, and a finely waxed mustache as well. However, Alexias, on that natural 20, you can tell that there's movement from the windows inside the buildings, even though there's curtains drawn. There's probably more than 6 people at this location. However, you will not be able to get a better indication of how many unless you got closer or inside the building and looked in the windows.
Ooh, I'm tempted, my friends.
What are you thinking?
I think that we should try and ascertain how many people are inside this building. We want to know as close as we can to how many people we will be dealing with. So I think that some of us should go and make a little bit of a distraction, and some others of us should go and look inside.
I'm very loud. I'm not good at sneaking, but I can make a good distraction.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm not very sneaky either.
I'm super sneaky. I'll go with you.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm all on the sneaking side.
Is there
But
like a dock manager desk that we can see?
You can definitely tell the man with the bald head and the grey beard is the one escorting people around.
Okay.
Like calling him being fish off the boat
Mhm.
onto the giant racks and all that. It's probably the person in charge.
And sorry.
No, I was just thinking, if Emmanuel and I do our little ditty dance, we go up to him and maybe figure out if there's an expected shipment tomorrow night.
Oh, I wouldn't bring that up.
I don't know that you'd want to bring that up.
Yeah, maybe let's not let people know that we know that there's something coming tomorrow night.
We'll say
Might spook 'em.
we have something that we want to come in, and is that even possible? And is there availability tomorrow? And then we get into
I
an
see.
argument,
You're asking if there is availability. That makes more sense, I think.
right?
Yeah.
I had an idea for a distraction.
We'll talk.
Okay.
Great.
Don't
Quick
think
question:
there's-
how many floors is this building that we're looking at that we're trying to
Just
see?
one story. One
Just
story.
the one. Okay, cool. And how many windows can we see?
Let me check. I would say there's about there looks to be about actually I misspoke. There's 3 buildings, 2 of them look to be small storage buildings. One's definitely a larger one. The 2 small storage buildings don't have any windows.
Sure.
But the large one definitely has like one that's sort of facing you, and you can see the path kind of takes you up onto the docks itself. And the building itself is built into the bay, so it's on like lifted up
Mhm.
rafters or something like
Mhm.
that. You know what? Why don't I just do this? Let me throw you onto a map.
Yeah.
Hey! Map.
Map time. Map time.
Map.
Alright, let me throw you onto this map in a second. Alright, I'm gonna put all of you on this map now.
Ooh.
And let me actually switch this over. So I think if we go, you can see, well, hold on, let me actually change something here. I'm getting rid of a few walls that don't need to be there. So I can get a better sense of what it is.
Mm.
Alright, I think you can see the building now.
Yes, we see the black
Door and
and the door. Mhm.
The blackest building, those walls up there, so you can't
Yeah.
quite see in at the moment.
Okay. Right. Yes.
You're definitely further away than where you are on this map, but I just wanted to give you a sense of what it looked like.
Mhm.
hmm
See, it would be helpful to have a sneaky boat to go around the other side at this point.
I don't know that they wouldn't notice a 40-foot boat, though. So
Well,
kind
if
of sailing up.
Emmanuel is causing a distraction,
Well,
that's all
it's-
they're paying attention to.
there's sunlight, so it's very easy to see any boats, even if it is
Mhm.
quiet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the waters are infested with piranha.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, don't go swimming.
No.
I mean, we also technically have a good reason of being here, but with their name appearing on a receipt that we found on a murder victim.
But we don't want to put them on alert in case we do be sneaky tomorrow, right? We want them to be completely at ease.
I also think that's pretty flimsy evidence. It's like somebody used a receipt from their store to. I don't like. It's a very limited connection.
I still think that Vinny's idea that we are trying to rent the dock for tomorrow makes the most sense as a reason to approach them.
I agree.
Mhm. Okay.
But
We can all walk over there and then
yes, I think we can just walk over and tip your hat. How are you? Can we use this? You do the talking. A couple of us maybe lean up against a window. Maybe we see something. Maybe we don't. Huh?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay,
Don't
sounds like a plan.
have a better one, so yeah.
Where
Let's do it.
Emmanuel, what was your destruction idea?
Oh, what if I was supposed to get a delivery, but they didn't deliver it? So I'm angry and I want to talk to the manager.
Oh. My idea was that we're getting married and we're importing goods for our wedding, and we get into a lover's quarrel about how much money I'm spending.
Are we having a spring wedding? Is it a summer wedding?
I mean, what season is it now?
It's spring.
Yeah. Spring.
Spring.
So, I mean,
I don't know how far ahead it
late
is.
spring. We don't have much time.
How did we meet? Is this a
We met on the
shotgun?
job. We
wedding?
met on the job. And
Oh yes.
you felt for me.
Yes, I did. What did I fall about you the most?
My eyes. There's nothing else.
Yes.
They're gorgeous.
can I be the best man?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, you
Wait,
and people split the job.
Mine are yours.
Oh my god.
And how did you propose?
With a ring.
Oh, but
This is so elaborate for no reason.
I've never proposed to anyone before, so I don't.
I
There,
think
we took you to your favorite place in the city,
Mhm.
which was
Which is the bakery
the
outside
bakery
of the
outside
university, because
of the
that's where Theo and
university. That's where
I hang
Theo
out.
is.
Yeah.
And I've known Theo since I was a child, and he introduced us to.
They're not going to ask about Theo.
He's a major part of this story.
So,
Theo is the best. Theo is your best man. I get Alexias. He's my best man.
fewer details.
Louis,
Better.
Luke can be the second.
Oh my god.
okay.
Should we go?
I think it's best we do.
Yeah, how
I'm
badly
wearing
could
a
it go?
I think this is perfect.
All right. Lead the way, quarreling couple.
I
I-
reach down and we
I
grab
grab your
your hands.
hand.
Yes.
And I rummage through my bag and find a ring, because I just have random knick-knacky things in there. So maybe like a cheap copper ring that I've found on the ground. It could be a gear. I really don't. That's been worn down. And I stick it on my finger.
They don't pay the RHC very much.
It was special to me.
I would say, whatever you find, like, Emmanuel's fingers are thick. It's like this massive orc, so probably have to find a very big cog.
Oh, I saw my ring on my.
On yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, then
We've
fine.
misplaced my ring. It had to be custom
Right.
ordered.
Oh, that's right. He proposed to you. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. You.
No, he fell for me and
Yes.
my beautiful eyes.
Oh, for you.
Yes.
Okay. I don't need to know this, but okay. You walk forward.
Well, spoilers. You're gonna know a lot more about it very soon.
Good.
Oh.
I don't know why you all are groaning. This is perfect.
I'm very excited. Let us continue.
Okay.
You walk forward towards these people. You see the guy who looks to be in charge. He was in the middle of like handing a crate to someone and just hands over to you. Hey,
It's okay. It's okay. We will find it. We will find it. It's okay. It's okay.
you can see as he speaks, he's got a little bit of a Cristillery accent. Hey,
Yes. Were you the one we discussed with earlier?
Lower your voice, love.
You're right.
There-
You're right. You're right. You
There's
don't-
no reason to get mad at other
I get
people.
passionate. You know this.
I know, it's very important day. Hello, sir. Do we speak to you in regards to shipments?
Sure. Sorry, who are you?
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm
Yes,
Vinny.
it's being a little rude. Perhaps, be nicer to my beloved.
I'm Vinny. I'm sorry. Tensions are very high right now. We're getting married very soon.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. You see, we have an expected shipment tomorrow night for some supplies from our wedding that's getting imported. And we were wondering if the dock would be available tomorrow.
Time is of the
No, I'm
essence.
afraid it won't be. I think you might have the wrong place, wrong location. We're just fishers here. We don't do any shipping in and out. If you needed a dock, you could probably head down to the public docks a bit away.
They
Manny,
are full. They
I
don't
told
have
you.
room.
I'm so sorry, sir. Manny, I told you that this was not the right dock.
No, I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me get out the map. See this?
This happens every time. This is too big of a day to be messing around like this.
Oh God. Just find it.
Do you ever
Find
I
the
don't know,
ring.
I feel like one or two of us should be
Yeah.
slipping away on the
Oh,
side.
absolutely.
I would say, like, pretty much all of the attention is kind of like stopped, and it's just focused on those two.
Mhm.
Yeah. The man just kind of looks at you confused. I really apologize. I think you have the wrong place.
No, this is the place. I spoke to Dylan earlier, and he said to come here.
Got some.
Do you,
I don't
Dylan?
know.
Dylan,
I'm
are
sorry.
you
Who?
Dylan?
Dylan. I
Dylan.
don't know, Dylan. I'm
Dylan,
sorry.
Dylan, is it DYLAIN
The three of you need to make me some stealth checks.
I told you, spelling is hard for me.
No, that's
Ooh, I'm gonna use that hero
Remember, you
boy.
have hero points.
hero points. Hero points.
Yeah.
Richard, to use the hero point, do we just roll again?
You can right click. It should have a pop up that prompts you to use the hero point.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I gotta go into the.
Alright, so it's 18 for Alexias, 14 for Dahlia. Currently an actual one. If you right click on the wall, there we go.
Oh, so
Way better.
Way better.
And Dahlia rolled the exact
We all
same thing.
trip.
Alright. Let's look and
Oh, wow.
see what perception DC is.
I feel like they should have a penalty because of our extremely good and convincing arguments.
I'm spelling everything.
18.
I have a map and I'm pointing to the wrong place on the map saying this is here.
Mhm.
Yeah. As you are kind of like the three of you trying to like just worm past on these docks to kind of get a big look at the building. You see the man in charge says, hey. Sorry, I think you're all at the wrong place. I'd be happy to show you where the actual docks are. I'll send one of my men to do it. And he beckons over to one of the men. Just follow him. He'll take you to the right docks. I apologize. Best of luck with your impending marriage.
Could you give us directions to the real dock or where?
There's no
reason.
Dylan here.
In public,
I don't know a Dylan.
you're yelling at me in front of strangers.
I'm not yelling at you, I'm
now?
yelling at him.
Do you want this back?
No.
Then you respect me when we're in public.
I start crying.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
I don't know how to do this. He looks over to the other three of you that trying to sneak past. Like, if you could just take them. I don't know who any of you people are. I don't know Dylan. I've never heard of a Dylan. Just
Could you like get us a bit of water for him at least? He's going off a bit. If we could just get him some water or something, calm him down. You know,
him.
just I'm so
Fine.
sorry about them. It's a very emotional time for them. You must understand.
alright. I'm going to ask for a deception check from the two primary liars right now.
Oh
Yeah, I'm good at that.
I'm not.
Well, why did you decide to lead Team Liar?
I am the same in stealth, so
Ooh.
Fuck, I rolled bad. I'm
Hero
hero
point.
pointing. I'm
Hero
hero
point.
pointing.
Do it again, do it
Absolutely.
again.
deception.
damn,
That one better. Way better.
that's better. Come on,
I have a +5. I tried my best.
I know.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you, Vincent. Like, he kind of leans down. It's like, I think he's speaking. I think he just doesn't want the wedding to happen. I think he's just.
You shut up! I push him.
Oh no.
Hey, yeah.
I will start a brawl on this goddamn dock
don't
for a distraction.
Start.
Listen, I don't want to start any fights here. I mean, you all look pretty. Well, you are pretty heavily armed at this point. I'm really actually going to need you to leave at this point right
Fair.
now.
Mhm.
Just safety of me and my men. We're not comfortable with all of these people.
None of this is this gentleman's fault. This is all your fault, Manny. And I can't take it anymore. And I'm going to turn around And I'm gonna walk straight into the room that they told us not to go into. Like I'm just
While you're
gonna-
doing that, I'm going to rush to the edge of the dock and say, "If you don't come back,
No.
I'm just gonna shake.
Stop! That's all. Shut it down.
And I'm gonna
Nobody
say,
no
I
one
have
jump, you know.
before."
jump! I dare you.
Oh my god.
You're pushing my improv to a place where I can't come back from.
No, I'm like, have my
Can I
arms wrapped
storm
around
into
his leg, like, don't do it, please.
I'm gonna after I say jump, I dare you. I'm storming into that door if it's open.
I'm gonna run after Vinny, like, no way, if you don't want to do it, no.
If you were gonna try and push your way past, actually, let me go ahead and put you all a little bit up on the map where I assume you would kind of be at this point.
mean,
Instead
he's
We're
so
of-
rolling some initiative, aren't we?
This is,
Gotten out of hand.
we have gone far from sneaking.
my
You
level
said we
here-
wanted distraction. I'm committing.
I think you're doing great. This is not a complaint on my
Very
part.
funny.
Pause. Feel free to move you where you want. This
I
is the
just
guy
wanna-
that was.
Be over by Vinny.
This is the guy you're talking to right now. He's over
Yeah.
here.
I said I am like at the edge of the dock, so yeah, like I'm right where myself and Dahlia are.
And Richard, where are the windows?
The windows. Oh,
Like which
there's-
section of this?
I'll say there's a window. There's actually a window right here. So go ahead
Great.
and make me a perception check. There's still curtains drawn over it.
Hey guys, you know what the
Haven't
best
got
part
it
about
yet.
this is?
Hmm.
Because Cal is definitely very interested in this, he will hear about our particular motley crew having this confrontation.
It's gonna be great.
Sure. But that's the least of my concerns right now.
Honestly.
Starting, it's just funny.
You do hear the sounds of voices coming from inside the building, Alexias, but you can't really make out much of what's being said amidst the yelling happening between Lou and Emmanuel right now. And the other guys trying desperately to calm me down. I would say there's one of these gentlemen over here just kind of rushes over and try and grab Lou to stop. Not Lou, Vinny to stop Vinny from going inside.
Wait, as that's
Listen.
happening, I want to grab Vinny at the same time. Like if this guy's got one of Vinny's arms, I'm gonna grab the other one of Vinny's arms and just kind of like bend down and whisper real quick to see it, go with me on this, and then just start shaking him. I can't take this anymore. I can't take it. I love you. It's me. It was always me. I can't believe you are now him. And as this is going on, Richard, specifically, I would like to create a diversion using distracting words.
Oh, all right. I need to look up and remind myself how that works.
We're gonna do all this and get absolutely no information.
All right. Create a diversion.
No.
Hold on, let me log into Twitch real quick, because I'm sure the comments are fucking great.
Yes.
All right.
I can't watch you throw away a life like this.
So I need you to do a deception check for that.
Cool. Can I do the create a diversion distracting words button specifically? I have it in my action macros.
Whoever
Yep.
TJ T-Rexosaurus is, they are very fond of our ships.
Ooh.
Oh no.
On
Well,
the natural one.
Yeah, and I didn't use my hero point, or I already used my hero point, so
Yep. So do you want to describe how badly you failed this?
sorry.
I think that the worst thing that could possibly happen right now is that as I'm shaking Vinny vehemently and the other guy's also holding on to Vinny, I push the other guy off the dock.
I want to need an athletics check for that.
I'm just saying that that's, to me, the worst thing that could happen right now.
It's the worst thing
And
that
I'm
happened.
thinking
So
that-
let's just do an athletics check. It's just shake. You lose your grip, you bounce off of him.
Sure. Athletics check. It will be bad. Oh no.
That's where you roll well. So you shove someone 5 feet with
Boy.
a shot.
Yep.
You roll See, Alexias kind of grabbed Vincent, shaking. It's me. I love you. I don't know how Vincent reacts to that. But at some point, because the docks are pretty slick and wet, with just like the sea, the water, and the bay, and just the salt that's come out. There's bits of fish guts kind of strewn everywhere from the fishing.
Sure.
It's like a little bit of slip. You hit this sailor off to you. You're right over here. Actually, let me double check that. 43, yeah. DC was 13. You hit him. Bounces off. And almost as soon as that happens, right next to the piranha swarm over there, it immediately launches. And you hear some shouts of terror and screams. And I'm just gonna.
Do I see this? Because I'm gonna have to take actions.
If his hands are off me, I'm running into that building too. That's my next move.
That save.
That was a whoopsie-doo on my part.
Oops. Couldn't have gone better for me.
Yeah. Listen.
Alright, he makes a reflex save. He fails, so he takes. That's a bad roll, but also some bleed damage. Alright, the man immediately tries to pull himself back up. He's able to get back up on his turn, but he's definitely taken some damage. You can see, just like these fish still like clawed on him, and the lead guy immediately shot, "That's it, all of you, off my fucking dock, now!"
I do go over there. I will lay on hands him and say, "It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We've all had a bad day."
If I could have snuck into the room when he fell off, I would have booked it in.
I'm also now all about this guy and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Open the door.
You can see what looks to be a sort of like a dining table, kitchen table of some sort. There's definitely some people in here. Move them around a little bit. There's at least, let's say, 3 people in there that you can see.
And I'm gonna yell in, is there a bathroom? I just need a minute.
You see one of the guys just kind of walks right up to you and shuts the door in your face. And the man in charge says, "Go fucking piss in the bay. I don't give a shit. Get the fuck off my dock."
I did heal him for like 6 HP.
Yep.
I storm off. I storm off without. Yeah.
I'm gonna follow my darling.
Your mic cut out.
Oh shit. I said, "Do you want me to prove my love to you? Because I'll do it."
Prove your love. I don't give a shit. Prove it somewhere else. Get the fuck off my dock.
Yeah.
Or we will shove you in the goddamn water.
We're gone. We're gone.
He's shoving me in the goddamn water? Or he's threatening to?
He's threatening.
I think he's threatening.
Okay. Well, I'm going. I'm going.
I'm just gonna, like, all right, I got them. By the way, I'm Courtney. I'm the best man. All right, let's go. All right, let's go.
I don't care. Just leave. Wait.
I do have one thing to ask you. This is a beautiful scene. Do you do weddings?
There's just this long, cold, hard stare.
Yeah.
I have that effect on NPCs.
I'm going to count to 3.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
I can do that too. You're not special.
All right. No. Oh my god.
Let's go.
I'm already.
Yeah.
And before it says 3, we'll just quickly exit. Make your way off. And at this point, let's take a 10-minute break.
I just want to say, I am good at diplomacy. I am good at deception, and yet every time I roll, it's been terrible.
Yeah.
It happens.
No, I'm not complaining. It's funny.
10-minute break. We will see you all another shortly. So it's 8:11. We're back at 8:20ish.
One of these days.
And we are back. Thank you for joining us again, chat. So, we leave off with Manny and Vinny and their entourage of people bickering as they head off.
When we get far enough away, probably on the boat, Emmanuel will just say, I would have jumped.
I really didn't want you to jump.
I'm very tough. I've been bitten by those piranhas before.
Aren't
could have
you still
jumped.
wounded?
No, I slept.
Oh, okay.
Slept. The way you get rid of, there's a couple of ways you can get rid of the wounded condition. One is a successful medicine check will get rid of the wounded condition. Two is you have to be up to full health and you have to rest. Like full night's rest.
And I can't heal myself every 10 minutes, so I can't always get up to full health, given enough time.
Alright, with that, you head back to your ship, I'm assuming. Anything else you want to do tonight, or today before the night?
We found out that the ship's gonna come tomorrow.
Well, that's true.
We knew that.
That already.
But we did.
We
verify.
confirmed it.
Yeah.
We saw that there are quite a few people. I don't know if they're all going to be involved. If it's a smuggling operation, I would think you'd want.
I mean, there are going to be more just because there will be people dropping off the cargo. And we know there are more than 6 because there were more inside that house. We don't know how many, though.
We did realize that there are. It is quite hazardous to maybe get in a fight outside. I would prefer not to feed people to the piranhas.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
I think that's fair.
So maybe if we can move quickly when we do whatever we're going to do and get them, I don't know, tied up so they don't fall into piranha territory.
Can certainly try. And now the question is, are we going to do it ourselves and have more control? Or do we ask for help?
I think we could do it. That would be great.
What do we... It was fun. What do we lose if we have more people? Because you said control. I don't know what we would have control
over. Over the stolen goods.
And the deal was made with us too,
right?
Not with Delph.
Right, but he just wanted those weapons not to make it out. So
right, not to go into.
I think it's still.
You just dump them all into the ocean and nothing. No.
You want piranhas that can cast magic?
That's a great point.
Because that is how you get magic piranhas.
It's a great point. Okay. No, okay. Well, I don't know what's down there. I mean, I don't know.
Apparently anyone can use them.
They explicitly said anybody can use them. I don't think thumbs are a requirement.
I think Emmanuel's on the right track here.
Okay. We don't dump them.
Very smart.
So then that is the control that we are speaking about. That is the question. If we have this operation just between us, we decide what happens to the wands. If Delph gets involved, then he and the rest of the RHC will decide what happens to them. And so that is what we need to think about. Do we want to be the ones making that decision, or do we want to pass it on to somebody else?
Right.
Are we afraid of him putting it in the water?
You just destroyed that idea.
No, I'm saying that why are we not happy if we give Delph the weapons? Won't he just have them destroyed anyways?
Maybe. We don't know.
Who knows?
I think maybe some members of our team here are flirting with the idea that maybe they could give him a spin.
Well, I have been known to flirt.
And I've had a front row seat.
We all did.
Oh, we keep them for ourselves.
Yes.
Okay. Do we want to do that?
Think
I don't
about
know.
it.
I can already use very powerful magics.
We could just keep a few and then turn them in and then get points with Delph for like
Exactly.
yeah.
We don't need to keep all of them, but if we are in control of the operation, then we could keep some and give the
Right.
rest to Delph, right?
Right.
And he would be none the wiser. But if he gets involved beforehand and he's on top of this, then everything will be under his jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And
Be a
I
lot harder for some of them to.
I
sneak
also
away.
think that it is strange, right? Well, maybe not strange, but Kaz wants this under wraps, right? He wants this taken care of. He does not want these wands to enter the city.
Mhm.
So my question is, who would be opposing him with these wands? And do we need leverage against him for any reason whatsoever? And
Well,
if
he
so,
can have any of his men let out of prison, so he could probably just get the wands if he wanted them out of where we keep the contraband.
that is a good point.
Well, and I mean, there was a lot going on that night, so maybe I misremembered something. But wasn't it a different guild or different thieves that
It
were
was-
bringing them in?
Yeah, it was a rival
Yes.
gang or something.
Yes, but if at some point we need to keep him, knock him down a peg or something, we would have some leverage.
I like that idea. I don't like that man.
No, he's a bad man. I had another thought. I'm on a roll today.
Hmm.
How do we keep the boat from going away when we do our thing? Because it's a boat and it's on water. It can just go.
I think they have to get everything off the boat before we intervene.
Hmm.
Problem solved.
Yes, so we let the boat go before we even make our move. Which brings me to a good question to ask our GM. As we're kind of like chatting about this on our boat ride away or like walk away, whatever, our Aaron Sorkin walk and talk scene here, what does the rest of the dock area look like? Are there buildings nearby? Are there like, what is, I see what the dock itself looks like, but what's the environment?
So the surroundings are definitely very thick marshland kind of thing. There's definitely a lot of other docks nearby. Most of them are privately owned docks by local fishermen. This is where most of the fishermen live that go out into the ocean outside of the bay to do their fishing. Nobody actually fishes in the bay itself because it's A, too polluted, B, piranhas. Only piranhas, so you just go out deeper waters. So there definitely are a lot of other docks with other buildings. There where either the fishermen live or where they salt their fishes with salt barrels and things. You would definitely see none of these buildings are large. They're mostly like single story, single room. People are very humble, very poor part of town.
Right. So we don't want to cause too much of a ruckus down here and get these people in trouble. Right.
I had another idea. What if we park our boat at one of the docks nearby and we pay a person who has that dock to let us sit there so we can watch before we leave?
Now?
Well, before tomorrow.
Sure.
I don't
I mean,
know.
we don't even have to pay them. We can say it's official police business.
Flash our badge.
Right. So just to do some more recon? Is that the plan?
Well, that and what if they don't just wait to take everything off of the boat and then start moving it off of the dock? What if they book like half of it off of it and then they start to ship it to the second location?
That is a good point. What if we intercept the boat on the water?
We could just crash into them. We have a very tough boat.
We have a boat, exactly. So we could, in fact, try and infiltrate the boat before it even makes the dock.
That's not a bad idea.
In which case we would alleviate, and it may be very difficult. I will not pretend like this is going to be an easy thing, but if we do that, then we will not implicate any of the surrounding fishermen.
We go up to the boat, we immediately board it, we throw out our badges and we're like, aha, this is arresting. And now they don't have anywhere to throw the wands
We.
because it's in the boat.
I'm going to clarify something just so it's clear as possible.
Yeah.
We're spinning plans now, so.
Yeah.
The shipment is coming in from Cressilia, is what Cal told you. It's a very, very good distance away. The ship that's at the dock, the Sova, will not be able to get Cressilia and back in like 2 days. So the implication is there's another ship arriving at that docks. Just wanna
Right,
make
but
sure
we
that's
could,
clear.
in theory, ambush that boat before it gets to this
Except
dock.
we don't know what boat it is.
Whichever one is coming to this dock is the one that is to be concerned about.
There is
Yeah.
another wrinkle actually, because if we ambush that boat, the people at this dock who have a boat will see it and go, well, let's get on our boat and go help.
Maybe.
Only if they see it.
Eh,
Only
that's
if they care.
And then that's also tricky because, could be a lot of people on the other boat. And
Well,
suddenly,
in which case we'd have to deal with them anyway.
yeah, I
But
suppose.
it's going to be less
In a
people
boat-to-boat
than
battle.
if it's
Yeah.
Well, we can, because I see two ways. Sorry to keep interrupting. Please let me know if I'm being annoying. But we could wait for the boat to come before it gets to their dock and only deal with the people on the boat, or we could let them offload everything and then let the boat leave. Then we're only dealing with the people on the dock. I don't know if one is better than the other, but that way we're only dealing with one isolated party rather than both
Everyone.
sides that's pissed off because we're trying to get their shit.
the idea is to wait until the shipment is only in one place and deal with those people instead of all of them.
Yeah.
I like interrupting it on the water best, but I agree with Dahlia. How are we going to know what ship is the one approaching?
It's just a lot of docks. So what if
because
we
they would have to
find
get
the wrong
very
ship?
close
But most of
before
these
we
are
knew.
private. Most of these are private fishermen's docks, yes. So anything that's going to be arriving in the middle of the night is most of these docks are for people who go out and fish on their own to make a living.
Wouldn't a Cressilian ship look different than the average fisherman's boat or Risturi ship?
Dahlia,
Do we have any ship lore?
Dahlia,
What?
the other night he gave you a piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
And it had
This dock.
did it have any? I just got deja vu. Wow. Did it have any more specifics outside of this specific dock?
Did it? No, it did not.
Oh,
All it's
No.
this location, the Falcon Family War, the Sobo, smuggling is happening here 2 nights from now.
All right, I'd like to try something, GM. One of my skills is legal lore. And so
Okay.
I would really
nerd.
I would like to try and see if I know anything about maritime law. And what kind of things can be uploaded at what docks?
That would probably be sailing lore, wouldn't it?
Maritime law is what I'm going for.
Okay.
Make your legal lore check.
Obsessed.
No.
No.
You have a hero point. You can use your second hero point. You get one after a
On
break.
that.
Let me give you all that.
Use
hero
it for
points
maritime
actually.
law. That sounds good.
Use
Now
it for
let's have
maritime
ghost
law.
message.
Michael
Ghost
Blue.
message.
You won't need it on the haunted hill. This is
Yeah, I think I'm going to save it for the Haunted Witch Hill.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
no, that's
you-
gonna be a walk in the park.
I would say the thing you can remember from your maritime lore is that if Vinny and Manny wanted to get married, Dahlia could probably do it out in the ocean. That's all you remember.
I fell asleep during my class. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Do you share that with everybody? This is very important.
Absolutely not.
First, you try to steal my man.
Why do you think he doesn't share it? Trying to swoop in.
I would have
Steal
jumped
these
into
big blues.
piranhas for you.
Oh wow.
I'm going to stick to my guns here, though, and say that I think that we would be able there's only going to be one major shipment coming in the middle of the night in this area.
Maybe.
Famous last words.
Right. It's suddenly a regatta and everyone is out at night.
Oh, not the midnight
Good
regatta.
ideas, Kim.
Not the midnight fireworks regatta.
Regardless, we have to decide what we're going to do. Are we going to intercept on the water, or are we going to wait until it reaches the dock?
Well, and I believe these conversations are so important. We also have our mission tonight. We do still have time to figure this out.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating for flying by the seat of our pants, although
No.
that's something I think we're pretty good at. But
We've already done this amount of recon, so we should
Yeah.
have a plan.
Yeah.
My pants can't fly.
Okay.
that's okay.
Maybe Sanai would also have some ideas. That
I
would be.
mean, I bet you could throw them real
I
hard and they'd
trust-
fly pretty far.
I'm not taking off my pants.
You
I'm a
shouldn't.
married
I'm
man.
not suggesting you do that. Never mind. I was trying to play along with you, and that's fine.
I'd like to think we've reached the ship at this point.
Oh yeah, I imagine we were like sailing.
Oh, I thought this all
I
went
thought we
on
were
the
on the boat.
I thought we were on the boat.
Good.
Yeah.
I assumed you were already on the boat and making your way. So, yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I think we've
Not for
done a
everyone
good
else.
amount of planning for the boat thing. We can transition to the witch thing.
You take the boat, probably the quickest way to Caution Hill, take the boat down Stanford Canal into Parody Lake itself, and just catch a carriage from there through the Netherlands up to Caution Hill. You'll save a lot of time that way. So,
Great.
that's what you do.
Were we supposed to go see Higginsworth before now?
Technically, yes, but if you were to do that now, you wouldn't have enough time to get back to Caution Hill.
Well-
So Higgins can stay another night.
He'll be fine.
That's fine. Brave little soldier boy.
He's
Or
good.
we forget about him, or we leave him with the druids. He'll be fine.
Yes.
Oh
So,
I hope they aren't cannibals.
No.
no.
As you confirm to each other that you're leaving this 15-year-old boy with this crew of bandits to keep an eye on these other
It's
two
good for him.
Calico people.
He
you take the boat.
He volunteered and I ordained him.
Oh, you volunteered.
He'll be fine.
You
And we didn't
Take your
forget
boat.
about him.
You take your boat through Stanford Canal, and it leads you under a few of these stone bridges that intersect over Boatswain Strand and around down to Parody Lake. You eventually dock your ship at one of the factory wharfs there and disembark. You're able to catch a carriage. At this time of night, there's a lot of carriages here from a few factories taking people home to work or to the local bars or taverns. So it's pretty easy to catch a carriage, which will take you up to the base of Cauldron Hill itself. And the carriage stops at the gates. And at the gates, you see two people. You see Navard. There's a very old, ancient black man with this heavy, thick white beard. And you also see one of his Judic followers, the orc, next to him, waiting for you. Navard has like a bit of a staff and is kind of leaning on the orc a little bit for support. As his legs are pretty frail and he's kind of wobbly as he stands. You see him smile as the carriage rolls up, and he looks to the orc and says, "See, Palazzo, I told you they'd arrive." And Lord disembark, and he kind of gives you a big warm smile. "I'm glad you're all here."
Okay.
Palazzo, go ahead.
Sorry. It's good to see you again. Is our driver, is the boy we left still all right?
He's still alright.
All right,
Thing-
just checking.
He went in the sweat house for a little bit, but other than that, he was fine.
The
Did he
what?
take the prisoners with him when they went to the sweat place?
Oh, we kept the little curtain open so we can keep an eye on them.
Okay.
I told you.
That's fine. Okay.
You see the orc who's next to him says, I have a bit of a request to make.
Mhm.
And the bard is. And he seems searching for the word, and the bard just says, I'm old. I'm old. That's what I am. And the orc's like, old, frail.
Mhm.
There's a spell I wanted to cast to perhaps infuse him with a little bit of vitality. If any of you would be willing to lend some.
Cool.
More people the better, but it's completely optional.
I'll do it.
Emmanuel?
Do you need to know the magic?
No.
I will also then some.
I'm happy. I'm happy to
I'll do it twice
lend a
if
hand.
that helps.
Sure. Why not? We're all in this together.
The more the
Mm.
better.
Vinny's quest.
I'm going to say Sanai is here with you. For now, I'm going to say she doesn't do it. That needs to be a decision for AJ. So I'm not going to mention it.
That tracks too.
Yeah.
You'd be like, absolutely not.
So,
You
just
would.
for
Like
clarity,
this old man? No.
everyone currently here is undergoing this ritual. If I'm
Yeah.
If it was Anthony Mackie, yes, but this man.
Well, she also didn't trust him, right? She didn't trust him or the mayor.
Right.
Doesn't
Yeah.
trust the mayor at all.
Who does she trust?
No
Not
one.
us.
Not even us.
And can you blame her?
No,
No,
absolutely
Not really.
We guessed
We're a
it
bunch of idiots.
out of her this last episode. So
Hey, we're trying our best, okay?
Yeah. You see the orc. There's not a lot of, there's no buildings up here. It's just a long trail past the gates up to like McBannon's Manor. The orc just kind of sort of said, just join hands in a circle.
Before we do this, I do in Orcish ask for his name because I feel rude just calling him the orc.
I am Palazzo.
Hello, Palazzo. I am Emmanuel.
Pleasure to meet you again, Emmanuel. You see Navard takes a dagger and cuts his hand to draw some blood. And Palazzo takes some liquid and just kind of like drips it over the wound on the hand, and Navard hands the dagger over to the next person to do it as well. Just cut your hand, press it against mine.
I do it.
Emmanuel does it. Is there anyone that does not want to cut their hand for this, or, just wanted to check? Everyone's good. Your hands are cut, and Palazzo then places his hand over the group of yours and begins to chant quietly. You see him pull a scroll from one of his pouches and unfurl it. It's made of kind of like a leathery kind of material. He unfurls it and he begins to chant as he reads off the scroll. After probably a good like 2-3 minutes of chanting, the scroll begins to sort of disintegrate into ash as like lines just begin to blur. And you feel the surge of vitality leave you. It's just you feel like just a little bit more tired, a little bit more worn down, but nothing that seems vaguely concerning to you. And as that happens, you see the bard's back straightens up a little bit, and he kind of grins a little bit. And he shakes himself loose. Still old, still feel a little bit of a creak in these joints, but I think I'll be able to make the climb now. And then he
Good.
sort of gestures towards the gate.
Let's
They
go.
push the gates open, and you head up the path towards McBannon's place. You do see that Mayor McBannon is out there. He has a smile on his face to approach. Wonderful to see you all again. I was hoping you'd visit sooner, but any visit from you is a good visit.
We were detained this afternoon, unfortunately, but we're happy to be here now.
I am very happy you are here as well. You see behind McBannon, he has his butler. The butler is carrying like what looks to be 2 buckets of blood. And the butler just kind of hands it over, holds it out for someone to take.
I'll take it.
There's a few other people around McBannon as well. They look to be dressed in the garb, battalion soldiers who are soldiers that work at Flynn's battalion. It's kind of like a military training ground kind of thing. Martial arts academy where they fight swords, learn how to fight, they learn tactics of war and things like that. They are assigned to Culture Hill to help McBannon against any creatures that may find their way down from Culture Hill. They look to be all wearing these necklaces with iron chains, like a cold iron amulet on them. One of them steps forward, Lieutenant Dale. I have these for you. And he quickly begins to hand out 7 of them, one for each of you and one for Navard. For you to put on. Don't take those off.
Why?
Are they enchanted in some way?
They are. They will help against any dark fae that you may find.
Mm.
They do not like cold iron.
These are to act as our. Oh, I'm sorry.
They act as wards. Yes. The blood, as a reminder, you are in a circle away from your camp. Any undead will go over there and follow it. No lights. If you must have light, keep them low. It is going to be cold up there. You need to find a way to keep yourself warm.
Will you not
Probably
be
should have
coming
bought
to
like
that, sir?
coats or something.
Perhaps. But I think if you keep the embers on your fire low enough, you should be fine.
Where did you learn all of this magic?
I have been a student of the mystic arts for quite some time.
I would love to trade notes with you sometime.
Absolutely. Just please make sure you come back safe then, so that we can trade those notes. Perhaps
Of course.
over dinner sometime.
I would very much enjoy that, yes.
Kind of goes along. Maybe tomorrow night.
Oh,
Maybe.
oh, oh no.
And I'm going to lean over to Lou and just say, and he said he loved me this afternoon.
And I just elbow Vinny a little bit. I'm like, hush, we're watching real drama play.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Take care of Nabard.
Of course.
Yeah.
You see McBannon just sort of like points out, if you follow that chair, that'd probably be the easiest to get to the top of the hill.
Okay. Oh boy. All right.
Shall I then?
Last thing, as you begin walking, remember to come back to me so I can perform a ritual to cleanse you of any lingering dark energies.
Of course.
Heard.
It won't take long, but it's important you do that.
Of course. No problem.
Alright. You all begin to head up. It's late evening as you begin to head up.
Oh.
And it takes you probably be a good hour or 2 of climbing. And the sun is beginning to set as you reach the peak of the hill. As you ascend the peak, you kind of break over the cloud cover, the small cover, to kind of give you a fairly good look of Flint and its surrounding environs. There's a mix of rocky patches and dense tree cover, with only a little bit of scattered grasses on the peak of this hill. The view itself is majestic, but from this height, it's easy to see how the smog of the Parody Lake, it's just a great big smear that covers most of the district. But down over the upscale central district, on the other side of Netherlands, is a little bit clearer and brighter. But as you reach the hill, you see Navard look upward. And you all feel this sort of warm breeze that blows through his robe, and his beard flutters a little in their pews. He seems happy. It's been so long since I've seen the sky.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put you on a map. One moment, please. It is dark as the sun begins to set. Actually, I don't know how much you can see.
I have dark vision. I can see everything.
It's dark, so those of you without dark vision cannot see anything.
Including, I have low light vision. Is
Yeah,
that
same.
With low light vision, you can see like a little bit as long as you do have like low lights nearby. If it's pitch black, you're blind still, I think.
sure?
Let me add a little bit more light to the scene then.
Okay.
I think that should be a little bit better. It's not fully dark yet. You can see Cauldron Hill. There's a very, very flat peak. On one side looks to be like the remains of a fire pit, ancient and abandoned, around like fallen henge of some sort. The other side looks to be pretty empty, besides for some bushes and things. You're currently 21,000 feet above sea level.
Jeez.
Do you guys think that if it were snowing and I made a little snowball and then I pushed it off the hill, it would become a big snowball and crush someone's house?
It does not snow in Rizzo. Navard says. Does not snow in Rizzo.
Oh.
This will
Okay,
be
I'm
an interesting interaction.
I'm fine.
And Navard's like, let's find a place to set up camp for the night. Find a place for you all to draw that ring of blood.
Right.
You should stand next to me because I have a shield and I'm good at keeping people safe, old man.
I will do that.
It seems to me we should maybe camp over by what looks to be the remains of some old fire.
Definitely let's camp in not spooky haunted Stonehenge. Let's do that.
Yeah, I've got. It feels like that may have been where that whole, dark ritual was done.
No,
Yes, probably.
that was 100 years ago. You think this still remains? No.
Magic doesn't last.
Yeah, they just keep this place really locked up for no reason, I'm sure.
Well,
What
I can
was
always
it?
take one of these. Oh, sorry.
No, I wanted to say, what did you want to say?
Well, what if I take one of these buckets of blood? I can draw a little circle maybe around that scary old fire pit. They said
Well,
it'd attract them,
We want, yes.
attract them
Wherever
away
they're
from
not
us,
going to be, yes.
and then we can camp as far away as possible from it.
So, yeah, by those bushes, I guess. The other side. Okay.
All right.
You want to draw a ring of blood around this fire pit?
Yeah.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. Let's do this one. Say probably about that big.
Yeah, I think so. Right there.
Oh
Let's
boy.
make this red. There you go. Alright. And you're all gonna go camp. Feel free to move your tokens.
Yeah.
Wherever you want to go.
So we go over here, I guess.
She's throwing Navard up here.
Yeah, where's Navarre? I'm standing within 10 feet of him at all times because he's the vulnerable one.
Oh, He's
There's
here
Navard.
in the campsite.
Navard's gonna come.
I assume he's the vulnerable one and not like the hemomancer that's going to enslave us. Not the reincarnation of those fucking terrifying witches that's definitely going to like erupt with hate magic at us.
Oh, we're fine.
I put the blood over there. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get is they
Move
put the bloods
Sanai.
around their doors to keep the things away.
Sanai's probably gonna stay near Emmanuel.
Mm.
So
Would she like to get behind me, as I've been a defender type character so far, or is she cool there? Just throwing it out there.
All right.
I want to really quick, as we're kind of finding places to sit and stay here, like look over to Lou and be like, it seems to me that this link here between the two hilltops is the most vulnerable place. Would you like to stand with me, keep guard in this general area?
I'd be honored.
Lou, did you leave the buckets over with the circle, or did you bring the buckets back over
Oh
here?
no, I brought all the remaining blood back with me.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're right. That's a bad idea. And then I rush over.
We're gonna.
I'm just so used to resource hoarding. I'm sorry.
That is a good catch, Alexias.
Thank you.
What
All
are
the
you
same
doing?
blood over here.
As the sun continues to set, you can see the burst echoes of stars beginning to flicker into the sky above. It goes darker and darker and darker, which is going to lead to the first problem. Many of you cannot see in the dark.
Well.
You are going to be set upon, or even just to be able to see what's out there, or do you want to remain in the dark using only your hearing?
You guys are gonna want some light. I'm just gonna say this out of character.
We should have.
Take a light.
Okay.
He specifically said.
No,
do not
he
light
said
light.
if we needed one, we could keep low embers on our campfire.
Yes,
Just
yes,
keep it
low.
low.
Embers, yes.
Low embers
So
on our
that's-
campfire.
Fine, and that
But-
will also help us keep warm.
Yeah. He also did say the mayor, Mayor McHotpants said no light on the mountain.
So I actually looked. Sanai does have the light spell.
Well, don't do that.
Which we explicitly don't
That would
want.
be very.
My understanding of what we're.
And I absolutely not.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be near the light, but in a pinch, Sanai can do it.
They're drawn to the light.
She
yeah.
could do it and put it somewhere else.
Yeah, if she lit it on a pebble and threw it or something.
I believe the range is like 120 feet. She could literally put it on the other side.
Ooh, okay, yeah, great.
I believe. I'll double check, but that is my understanding. It's got quite a range on it.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs light?
It has a range of 120 feet.
Pretty good.
I'm mentioning this because it depends on if you get into a fight. It's going to depend on where Sanai falls in initiative order before she can get light out.
Mhm.
And the way darkness works in Pathfinder is you can still attack things even if you can't see them, but you have like a 20% chance to miss. It's basically a 5 or under. You roll a d20, 5 or under, and you miss. And the system will automatically handle that, so we don't need to roll random d20s. It'll automatically handle it. But I just wanted you to be aware of that.
Right.
Little bit of
I think Vincent has a point, or was it Dahlia? One of you said that we can keep embers.
Low embers. That's what he said.
I'm able to see in low light. And that would be enough for me.
Same. Enough for us to keep guard.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The guard when you can't see.
I'm going to do this, actually. Let me actually check something.
Hmm.
I don't know if Sanai would do this, but I would do this because I know the system well enough. What Sanai is going to do is she is going to ask for small coin pouches that you all have. She's going to cast light on one of the coins inside. So all you need to do is do it. She can have up to 4 going.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go first, you'll be able to quickly draw something out because it's inside the coin pouch. It's on a coin inside the pouch.
Sure.
It'll be covered.
Let me ask. In order to draw that, that would be an interact action, and then like to put it anywhere else, that would be another interact action. Correct? Yep. Just be aware of that in terms of action economy. That'll like kill your first round if that's what you choose to do. But it would be very helpful for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
See?
So, but she can do up to 4 though. She's going to do this backup. She's going to give herself one.
I mean,
Just
I don't need one. I can see in the dark.
Okay. And Navarre doesn't want it. He wants to look at the sky. So, who needs it then? I think
Guess I'll
that'd
take them.
be Dahlia, Alexias, and I think Lou.
I think so.
4 of you. Right.
Okay.
So we'll all get like a coin that has a light spell, and this lasts until next daily preparation, so it'll last all night.
Yep.
No duration. Alright, you settle down and get some, not some rest. Navarre says, I just want you to look at the sky and stars for as long as I can and get some rest in the morning.
All right.
After about an hour, the temperature drops from the warmth of our tropical summer to what feels almost like the beginnings of a winter breeze. You feel the cold beginning to seep into your bones.
Mhm. Lou, you want to huddle for warmth?
I was about to say, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Like Lou's particularly affected. He's a cold-blooded amphibian, so he's definitely feeling it shivering. And Lou, as you begin to feel those shivers, begin to hear voices.
Mm.
Just whispers. They start out soft, and they begin to grow, as for coming from almost everywhere. You can't really make out what they're saying or what they're any sense of it, who they are. They just begin, one voice initially just whispering, and then it quickly rises to dozens. And then you begin to hear screams, just unearthly screams of people dying in violent ways. And then everyone begins to hear it. Moans, sweeping across the peak of Cauldron Hill, almost like waves. When the wailing wind quiets, you think you hear what it sounds like suddenly dry leaves crackling underfoot, then a burst of laughter.
I'm like, I never leave 10 feet away from Navarre, so if anything's ready to fuck the old dude up, I'm champion's reactioning.
And you hear a plaintive cry. Help. It echoes, it reverberates through the mountains.
Can I just? I'm just gonna. I'm huddled close to Alexias, and I'm just gonna grab his arm. I'm gonna say,
No, I know. I know.
The night continues to fall, grows darker. And soon there's nothing most of you can see outside of the starlight. You can still hear the breathing of your companions nearby. But beyond that, nothing. Then Emmanuel
Yes, sir.
and Vincent, you see a shape crawl out near the ring of blood.
I immediately, if I start seeing something, call out to literally everybody. Wait, hold on. Let me confirm first. We were told not to make noise, correct? I caught myself, so if you will allow, I will change my action.
Sure.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I will begin to rise and shake people awake.
Okay. I don't think anyone was sleeping. I think
Absolutely
everyone was awake.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not. Not on
Then,
Haunted Witch Mountain.
then, just in case, I was double checking, but it's good. Nobody was asleep, like silly billies. And so, like, I
think-
just kind of pointing, like,
You want to just make real big eye contact and be like,
The two of you see this first shape, which just looks to be a shadowy figure, like maybe no taller than Vincent or Dahlia, actually. Just this black shadow, just kind of like floating. Humanoid, kind of. But it looks like it has like threads, a black shadow draping behind it. It moves towards the spot. Then you can all see like little flashes of white in the sky, just slowly drifting down, almost like a falling star. But as they go past you, you can see they look to be almost ethereal forms of just balls of light. As if it's searching out for something, making their way towards this ring of blood. It's joined by a few others of these black wisps, these white balls of light. Then the real monsters appear.
Mm.
well, that's good. That's
Oh
good sense.
no!
The first one you see looks to be
Mitch McConnell.
Horrifying.
looks to be a
Mm-mm.
emaciated skeleton with
Mhm.
flesh on his bone. It claws on his hands and
He's
knees
fresh
towards
shaped.
you. As it does, you can see its legs behind it look to be bent and broken in unnatural angles. And pulls itself up and begins to sway almost hypnotically before it
No.
crawls back down and inches its way towards the ring of blood.
See, I'm kind of glad I can't see it.
Yeah, I know.
Just chilling in the dark.
You
Like,
see
he's
more
fine.
of these black wisps, spirits,
Oh, it's
looking to be
Sauron.
shrouded in blackness.
It's
You
a
see what looks
Nazgul.
to be this massive lion, but this black mane around it. But as it approaches, you can see it's not a mane. Look to be serpents, but each one of these serpent heads are just skulls that just hiss and moan.
Mhm.
It's a shame heavy metal doesn't exist because this would be a bitchin' album cover.
It joins the rest of these creatures as they begin to circle this ring of blood. You see them gibbering to each other, and actually, let's see if anyone knows this language. Nobody does.
Probably not.
No, nope.
I don't think I speak the language of the damned that's spoken only with the severed arms of like babies.
No one knows this language.
Yeah, gibbering darkness isn't in my dialect.
We do,
We have a second
Oh,
Kristen.
Kristen, no.
we have a second question. Let me kick this one off.
Double lose.
There we go.
Hold
Uh-oh.
on. Now I see.
There we go.
two
There we
kids.
go. There we
go.
I see a small crowd of what looks to be maybe 1 foot tall little specters also approaching, just kind of like going around this ring of blood in a gibbering mass. None of them seem to be crossing the ring. They all seem to be following it, as if searching for the source of that blood. It's a circle, so they're just going around this never-ending circle. And you still hear the screams and the moans all around. And then you all see a flash of light below you.
I'm sorry, below us.
A light flash of light below you, lower on the peak of the mountain, a good distance away. And in that flash of light, you see what looks to be this shadowy black figure. Scars along its face and his thin, wispy mustache. And he holds the light in his hands. He rears back.
No.
He launches it. It goes flying over and crashes.
Who's got a bat?
into
Just
you.
I have a shield. If it comes close enough, I'll try to knock it away.
Why does this
I
guy
think-
hate us?
Hi, Kristen, are you back?
oh no, again?
I'm so sorry, folks. My computer keeps like glitching and then being like, "Do you want to wait for the page to reload?" In this very special, cool
Oh.
moment. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
This is during Vincent's big night.
I know. How dare I do this to him?
They just got divorced.
you never got married. They just
You
broke up.
don't. Hey, you're
Can you at
right.
least
But
hear me
stop.
even if you can't see me?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you.
We can hear you fine, so
Okay.
if you just want to keep your camera off, that'd be fine.
Sounds good.
As you are, I was just describing the creatures and how they were coming up. And I don't know if you caught the flash of light.
Yes.
Kristen?
Yes.
Oh no.
But a mustached man threw a light at us.
I'm sorry. What?
He's
Yeah,
he's a fucking hater.
this douchebag is throwing lights at us on Haunted Mountain.
Don't do the
I would say you are able to get... Actually, everyone roll me a perception check as you see that light. I want to see how much you were able to
Oh.
catch.
Oh, where do I find
man.
connection?
Let me do this. Roll it.
I roll fairly good.
Alright,
I was really hot
Vincent
to
and
work.
Emmanuel. Lost search people with dark vision. I think you catch start of the light immediately. The description of this person kind of matches Porter.
God damn it.
Person you've been one step behind for a while, but he does not look fully human. He just looks to be, there's no skin, it's just like, it almost looks like his skin is made of this sort of black, oily substance.
Does it at all ring any bells for that mysterious shadow creature that Nilasa said attacked her?
Possibly.
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 Sanai was right. It's all connected. It's a conspiracy.
Where did the light drop on the
The
map?
light dropped. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to drop the light right
No,
over
no, 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 no.
there.
Come on.
Oh
As that
man.
light drops over
Great.
there,
I
and you
know,
saw it come from
We're probably about to roll
good distance away.
initiative. Can I try and jump on it to cover the
Wha-
light?
I was gonna. Okay. Yep. Go ahead. That's great.
Emmanuel, we are going to go into initiative before we can
Yep.
jump into anything. So
Yeah.
let me go ahead and add a few more creatures.
If I can
to
get
this.
there before they notice us, then I don't know. Maybe that'll do something, man.
Well, yeah.
Maybe the blood will be enough for them. And they're like, what? Light? Oh,
Maybe
never
they'll be
mind.
like, light
Blood.
out, whatever. There's some yummy blood that it's
There's
in a big
blood
circle
here.
And num 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 num.
Yeah,
He might just throw
Have
another
some
fucking
time.
light at us, but I'm trying.
true, but we'll try.
Got me real good.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Oh god damn it.
You
Okay.
will also be using perception for this initiative.
Okay, girly, here we go. Come on, big money.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hit perception check instead of initiative.
Did that go?
I got a bad number.
No, I think I clicked on something.
Did mine even go? Or
There's so many dice. I think
yeah,
mine like
where's mine?
I couldn't like roll my die because
Oh, there
For some
we go.
reason, my
Lots.
auto scroll is not working. So if you don't see
Oh, I
yours, try
already
to scroll
rolled.
down.
Yeah.
okay,
Emmanuel, did you roll initiative?
mine went.
I did.
oh.
I rolled perception by mistake. I rolled a 10 though for my initiative check.
10.
Yeah. I'll gladly re-roll initiative if you want, but I figure I should be honest about the bad roll I had.
I did worse.
We have about 15 minutes left, or you all willing to go an extra 30 to 10 o'clock. I'll leave it up to all of you.
I do have to jump just because I have an early meeting in the morning. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fair.
That's fair.
Let's do this because I don't want to jump into a combat that ended at the beginning at that. We'll pick up here in 2 weeks to figure out what happens.
Sounds
Oh.
great.
I rolled really high, as did Vincent.
Oh,
So
boy.
we'll figure out. I will be playing Vincent in 2 weeks. So with that, we will close things off today. Thank you, chat. We'll
Thanks,
see you
chat.
in 2 weeks, chat. Fortunately, Vincent won't be here. I'm
The
going to
Medusa
send you
lion
some
turned
emails,
loose via
Vincent.
stone.
So you're prepared. Because this is a Skyseer moment, and I'm sad you're not going to be here for it, but I want you to be aware of what's happening, what's going to happen. Okay? Alright. With that, I'm going to end things for the chat. See you in 2 weeks, chat.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat. I love you.